Good afternoon. Good evening, I shall say. This is the Riviera Beach Regular City Council meeting. Today is December 3rd, 2025. The time is 6:10. Madam Clerk?
Mayor Douglas Lawson,
Here.
Chairperson Shirley Lanier,
Here.
Chair Pro Tem Kashamba Miller Anderson,
Present.
Councilperson Bruce Guyton,
Here.
Councilperson Glenn Spiritus, Councilperson Glenn Spiritus,
Here.
Councilperson Priscilla Davis Penier.
Here.
In for City Manager Jonathan Evans is the Assistant City Manager Deirdre Jacobs.
Here.
City Clerk Deborah Hall is present. City Attorney Don Nguyen.
Here.
Madam Chair, you have a quorum. You may proceed.
Thank you. We will have a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, but our invocation will be given by Pastor Bobby E. Brooks Jr., who's a seasoned pastor, educator, and community leader with over 35 years of experience. He serves as the church planter and lead pastor of Kingdom Life Fellowship of the Palm Beaches, and has held numerous ministry roles, including elder, deacon, youth leader, worship leader, and evangelism director. He holds a master's in educational leadership from Nova Southeastern University, a bachelor's in mathematics with a minor in biblical studies from Bryan College. Pastor Brooks is also active in civic service as the chairman of the Riviera Beach Firefighters Pension Board, education advisor for the Riviera Beach Police Department, and former pole march of the West Palm Beach alumni chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. His work is centered on equipping people, serving families, and leading with integrity and compassion. Pastor Brooks? Please stand.
Father God, we do bless you and praise you and glorify your name. You're worthy of praise, God, of all times. And Father, I pray you cover this meeting this afternoon. Help us, Lord, to get the business done of the city in a way that pleases you, that honors you. Lord, we pray for the city to be able to have the type of rest and peace you desire for us to have. Lord, we've seen a lot of things try to cause our city to be divided. We pray for unity for our city, for those mainland, those on the island. We pray for those on the dais, Lord, that all will come together to see the advancement of this city, God. And more importantly, God, we want to see the advancement of your kingdom in our city as well. So we pray in all things that we do that you receive glory, honor, and praise. In Jesus' name, amen.
Do we have any additions, deletions, or substitutions for the agenda this evening?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Two brief items. One is the naming of Robert Felder Street.
The naming of,
Robert Felder,
okay,
Brother Bob.
Uh-huh.
That's just some updated information I want to give.
okay,
And the wastewater spill.
okay, we'll put that at the end of the agenda. Is that fine with you?
Yes, that'll be.
That's very good. We'll put that, Madam Clerk, under discussion and deliberation of the 12C and 12D.
Chairperson Lanier,
Yes.
I had a hard time hearing the two items.
He is requesting two added items. The first one is a update for the naming of the street for Reverend Felder. And the second one is an update regarding the sewage spill this past weekend.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other additions?
Yes,
or-
Chair.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yes, first I'd like just an explanation on 2A. Are we under consent? Is that every one of those people being appointed to that board?
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, say that again, sir.
In 2A,
The
on
appointment of members?
board appointments, are all
Okay.
those people going to be appointed? Is that what the plan is?
This is, it's not under consent, so we can have someone explain it.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
I thought that it was being removed tonight.
Appointment
what
of
I'm-
members to the City of Riviera Beach Recreation Board.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
I can barely hear.
We are asking about the board appointments. Is this item going to stay on the agenda, or was this item removed? My understanding was that it was removed.
Yes, it was.
All
Okay.
right.
All right, Chair, so I have another one.
All right,
Can I
so,
follow up?
hold on one second, sir, hold on one second, we're trying to get the volume right. We're gonna remove 2A, that's the way that it's listed, board appointments. That will be taken off. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, Chair, so, resolution number 133-25.
Okay,
I'd like that for discussion.
that's 3C.
Let's see, for authorizing age. Yes, I'd like that for discussion, 3C.
Okay,
And then,
Excuse me, Madam Chair.
yes, go ahead.
We are having a difficult time hearing over here. We can hear you better than anyone else for some reason. If you could repeat whatever they're requesting so that we can keep
All right,
track, please.
well, actually, Dr. Spirit, if you're looking at the consent agenda, when we get to that portion, then you can put what you want.
okay, I'm talking about the consent agenda.
Right, but we haven't
Okay,
gotten to that
okay,
yet.
okay,
So when we get to it, you
okay.
can put what you like.
Okay, thank you.
All right, very good. Are there any other additions, subtractions, deletions, or substitutions?
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
on your agenda, on your updated agenda, there was a resolution that was inadvertently removed. And it is resolution number 165-25, which was originally on consent. And I will read it into the record, and we can add that to the agenda as item 3F. And it reads, Resolution 165-25, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Riviera
Hold on
Beach.
a second, when we get to that, you can read it in, okay?
Okay,
When we get
sure.
to the consent agenda.
So item,
You're
Madam
asking
Chair.
to add 3F in as resolution number what?
this is discussing a 3-year lease agreement with the Port Center,
All right,
Resolution
so when we get to the consent
165-25.
agenda, I have you to read it into the record.
Okay.
All right, very good. Any other additions, deletions, or substitutions? Any disclosures by any council or staff in regards to any of the items that are listed on this agenda this evening? Hearing none, can I get a motion to adopt the agenda as amended?
So moved. Second.
Madam Clerk?
Councilperson Davis Pannier,
Yes.
Councilperson Guyton, Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson,
Yes.
Councilperson Spiritus,
Yes,
Chairperson Lanier.
Yes.
That passes with Councilperson Guyton out.
Okay. All right, very good. All right, so we are at the consent agenda. All matters listed under this item are considered to be routine, and action will be taken by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a councilperson so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Any items pulled or added to the consent agenda? Dr. Spiritus?
yes, Madam Chair, 3C,
Okay,
3E, and 3F, I would like for discussion,
3C, 3E,
and 3F.
and 3F. All right, so Madam Clerk, could you please read 3F into the record, please?
All right, item 3F, resolution number 165-25, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Riviera Beach, Palm Beach County, Florida, authorizing the city manager to execute a 3-year lease agreement with Port Center LLC for Office Suite 300 at 2051 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, known as the Port Center Building, and any associated renewals in the amount of $132,950 annually, and authorizing the chief financial officer to make payments from account 10112-102-544000 rentals and leases, and providing an effective date.
Thank you. We have 3C, 3E, and 3F pulled from the agenda. Are there any other additions or substitutions? Hearing none, can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda as amended?
So moved.
Second, Madam Clerk?
Councilperson Davis Pannier, Yes. Councilperson Spiritus,
Yes.
Chairperson Lanier.
Yes.
That passes with Councilperson Guyton out.
Let's start with 3C, Madam Clerk.
Item 3C, Resolution Number 133-25, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Riviera Beach, Palm Beach County, Florida, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute an agreement between the City of Riviera Beach and Unitech, Inc. for the provision of and installation of high-speed internet Wi-Fi access points in the municipal parks pursuant to invitation bid number 1167-ITB-25-3 for an initial one-year term with the option to renew for up to 4 additional one-year periods, authorizing the chief financial officer to make all necessary payments and providing for an effective date. Madam Chair, there are no comment cards on this item.
Motion to approve Resolution 133-25.
So moved.
Second. ACM Jacobs.
Madam Chair, thank you. This particular item will be presented by Mrs. Ammons.
Sammy.
Chair, hello, good evening. For the record, my name is Latanya Ammons, the Director of Procurement for the City of Riviera Beach. Resolution 133-25 is seeking approval to enter into an agreement with the vendor Unity to provide Wi-Fi in the park for parks that were previously approved under Resolution 090-22 via the use of CBDG grants. It was discovered during the contract review process that the download speeds and upload speeds for the previous contractor were not sufficient. There was ambiguity between the solicitation and the contract and equipment that was sent. The IT department, along with the procurement department, visited the parks, measured the actual download speeds, and therefore decided in the best interest of the citizens of the city is to reissue the solicitation with the approval of the Palm Beach County CBDG department. And so the new vendor, which will total spend of approximately $40,000. It's about 1/3 of the cost that was originally spent on the Wi-Fi in the park under Resolution 090-22. And this will be for the next 5 years. And the speeds previously were 5 megabits per second, and now we are looking at 100 megabits per second.
Chair?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Okay, Director Ammons, my question is this: there are many foundations out there nationally that fund this type of program for communities such as ours. Even Comcast, I believe, has programs for communities like ours where they will fund this type of service. Have you looked into those funding sources?
Councilperson Spiritus, I was not aware of those free programs. At the time, we were moving forward under the auspices of the CDBG grant, which was a 5-year commitment that the county provided for us. And so that's why we moved forward, where the actual contractor was not, the solicitation was insufficient. And so we worked with the county and was approved to go out for a new solicitation. So I'm not sure within the last, I guess, 3 years, if anyone was aware initially when they decided to use CBDG grants 3 years ago to now, but that is something that we can look forward to in the future with those internet providers and looking for not only free or community donated services, but those that also give us the speed that we need in order to stay in line with the technology and the needs of the citizens of the city.
So the CDBG grant did we choose what the funds were going to be used for?
Yes, it was no, it was a grant for Wi-Fi in the park.
Specifically for Wi-Fi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that expired? That doesn't exist anymore?
We decided to move forward with this particular solicitation. The use of the CBDG grants was not a question at this particular time to move forward. The approval was because we were not going to fulfill the 5-year agreement, just the 3 years versus the 5 years. And so they kind of allowed us to get out of that relationship or our commitment with the county for the 5 years.
I just think that we should be looking into getting funds from other sources when we can, rather than using our taxpayers' money for this.
I agree, and we will, moving forward. At this particular time, we were looking for a solution to a problem, but we knew we didn't have adequate coverage in the parks.
Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
But this is a multi-year contract. So it's not, does this contract have an exit ramp?
I don't want to speak incorrectly, but I do want to explain that the 40,000 is for all 5 years. It is not 40,000 per year. It's equipment and then a small fee for maintenance every year or monitoring for every year. So it's 40,000 for 5 years.
Okay, Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
I would just ask at any time that you bring something before us that you look to see whether or not there's any other source of funding rather than using our taxpayers' money for this funding.
Sir.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes,
Madam Chair, just
yes, go ahead.
for clarification, it is 1 year with an option to renew, correct?
Yeah, the renewal is for the monitoring.
Okay.
Any other questions for Resolution 133-25?
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
I'm not sure at this particular time what grant opportunities would be available for the city of Riviera Beach, but there are other entities that I've partnered with in previous employment entities where we were able to participate along with the school district. And I think it was the Ed Foundation, and they provided grant monies for internet services throughout various low-income neighborhoods. I see our IT director is in the audience. Not sure if he's familiar with any that have taken place in the past in other places where he's worked, but we can certainly take advantage of the opportunity to look and search for such dollars.
Okay, thank you. Madam Clerk?
Councilperson Davis Penier,
Yes.
Councilperson Guyton, Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson,
Yes.
Councilperson Spiritus,
Yes.
Chairperson Lanier.
Yes,
That's a unanimous vote.
thank you. Next item?
Madam Chair, we are on item 3E, resolution number 178-25, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Riviera Beach, Palm Beach County, Florida, authorizing relocation expenses in an amount not to exceed $350,000, utilizing vendors listed in Exhibit A for Office Suite 300 at 2051 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, known as the Port Center, and authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to make payments from account 10112-544-000, rentals and leases, and providing an effective date. Madam Chair, there are no public comment cards for this item.
So moved. Second. Ms. Jacobs?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mrs. Tennille DeCoste will present this particular item.
Good evening, Madam Chair and Councilperson Tennille DeCoste, Director of Human Resources. So the Human Resources Department and Communications, we're relocating to the Port Center. The $350,000 is for the move. This includes IT to build everything from scratch because there's nothing there. This also includes furniture, the training room, we have our own training room now for new hire orientation, conference room, walls going up. It was a better space for us because now we have, I want to say, confidentiality. When we have those certain meetings, we don't have to, walk down a hallway where the other departments are affected. If an employee wants to come to Human Resources, they know that it's just going straight into HR and not seeing anybody else. Communications, it's 5,000 square feet. Communications on the right side, and all of the left side will be Human Resources Department.
Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so have you looked at other opportunities that exist in the city right now, like the old city hall, the existing city hall, which we know that the CRA group is moving out, they're going to Found Care. Have you looked into possibly using those facilities? I mean, we're putting close to $400,000 into a building that we don't own, and we hope to have a new city hall in the next couple of years. So is this a wise expenditure right now?
Through the chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, madam. Yes, sir, it is. We don't have time to wait for the new city hall. Reason being, we're running out of space. There's not even parking spaces, enough parking spaces where we are at Public Works. At the new city hall, we can't wait for CRA to move, and there's no offices over there from there now for human resources to go. Human resources has grown. Sometimes we have new hire orientation, and we're fighting over, not fighting, but we're trying to get a conference room to even do new hire orientation. So we can't wait until the new city hall is built, and there's no space at the current city hall right now. And again, we don't even have enough parking at Public Works for employees now. We're parking on the side of the street, which is dangerous.
Madam Chair. Yes, go ahead.
Is he finished?
Oh, you finished, Dr. Spears?
Yes.
When did you all leave from the Port Center?
I don't know that. That was prior to my time. Madam ACM, do you know?
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
maybe about 4 or 5 years ago.
So I'm trying to understand when they left from there, that was because it was too small and moved over to the Public Works building, I'm assuming?
If, Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
if my memory serves me right, it was necessary to do so in order to save monies, and because we were moving over to 13th Street, it was an opportunity to expand the building wherein we would be able to accommodate human resources at that time. But I believe the department has grown and it's much larger than it was 4 or 5 years ago.
Right, yeah, we were trying to save money. Instead of having all of that space over there, we were trying to downsize from being over at the Port Center. There's no space in the back for the parking? There's where you can create spaces in the back?
Through the chair, sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
You talking about where the city cars
Just the
are?
property. Just
Yeah,
the property.
I'm not sure, I don't park back there. I park either on the side or my staff parks on the side and in the front. And they were in a smaller space. The previous HR department was in a smaller space, which I believe PD is in that space right now. And this space is not just for HR, it's for communications as well, and it's 5,000 square feet.
So what is going to happen with communications, that space where HR and communications are leaving out?
Through the chair?
Yes, go ahead.
So procurement's supposed to be moving over to the HR department, and I believe the dirty part of utilities is supposed to be moving where procurement is. I am not sure the plans,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said. You said who's moving where procurement?
the dirty part of utilities, I think water and sewer. I believe Mr. Evans has envisioned of putting utilities and public works together. I do not know who he's putting in where communications is in now. I just know procurement's moving into HR, and the dirty part of utilities is supposed to be moving where procurement is.
Got it. All right, very good. Any other questions in regards to item 3E, which is resolution number 178-25? Madam Clerk?
Councilperson Davis Pannier,
Yes.
Councilperson Guyton,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson,
No.
Councilperson Spiritus,
No.
Chairperson Lanier.
Yes.
That item passes with Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson and Councilperson Spiritus dissenting.
Next item?
Madam Chair, we are on that item 3F, which is resolution number 165-25, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Riviera Beach, Palm Beach County, Florida, authorizing the city manager to execute a 3-year lease agreement with Port Center LLC for Office Suite 300 at 2051 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, known as the Port Center Building, and any associated renewals in the amount of $132,950 annually, and authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to make payments from account 10112-102-544-000, rentals and leases, and providing for an effective date. Madam Chair, there are no comment cards for this item.
So move.
Second. ACM, Ms. Jacobs?
Madam Chair, Mrs. DeCoste will also present this item. It's a companion item.
Good evening again, Madam Chair, councilpersons. This is what we just discussed a minute ago. It's a 3-year lease of total cost of $132,950. The lease is from January 2026 to December 2028 for communications and human resources.
Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
So do we have a copy of this resolution? The one that you read in?
I'm not sure.
Sorry. Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
The resolution that Ms. Hall read into, the one that we're working on now. Do we have a copy of the resolution?
I have the copy, I have the final copy for signature. It was on the agenda, right? And then
It
some
got
kind of
dropped
way
off for
it fell
some
off.
reason.
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
So it's missing from the agenda?
Yeah, it's not on it. It's, that's why we read it into the record, because it got dropped off when they, I don't know if they uploaded it again to add some items and it got dropped off inadvertently, but I don't think that it was meant to be dropped off, but it did get dropped off. And, Mr. Costa, is this in regards to the lease for the HR department?
Yes,
And
Madam Chair,
communications.
and Communications Department.
Okay. Any other questions in regards to this item? Madam Clerk?
Councilperson Davis Panier,
Yes.
Councilperson Guyton,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson,
No.
Councilperson Spiritus,
No?
Chairperson Lanier.
Yes.
The item passes with Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson and Councilperson Spiritus dissenting.
We will go to awards and presentations. Our first presentation is supposed to be with the Palm Beach Lakes High School Band, but they are running a little late. So we'll move to our City of Riviera Beach Youth Council update with our Chair Pro Tem.
Thank you so much, Chair. Miss Kiera Hester, who is our new Youth Council Coordinator. So if you all would give her your attention, she's currently working in the Assistant City Manager's office to Mr. Coppin, and she has graciously accepted an additional position, which she was happy to take. But she's also very passionate about kids. She had an opportunity to go on some trips with us, as well as some community involvement. So she's going to give a little short update. We do have our youth council here, sitting in the front 2 rows in their shirts. So we're very proud to have them here. As we said before, they'll be coming once a month until June. And so they'll be here monitoring us, observing us. And so we're being very good models up here on the dais. So that they were very shocked. I want you to know our meeting that we had last month, we discussed our meetings, you know, they saw a lot. They heard a lot. And, you know, we had to explain to them how public comment goes and all of that good stuff, but they're getting a really good experience. And so I'm gonna go ahead and let Miss Hester take over.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the council, and everyone in their respective places. I am Kiera Hester, the new Youth Council Coordinator, and I just want to give you our monthly update. So November 8th, we took the Youth Council members to the Youth Council Summit in DeLand, Florida, where they discussed and learned about servant leadership, advocacy, and leading by example. Here, picture here, we went with Ms. Miller Anderson and Mr. Eric Range. Then we headed to News 12 for the anti-vape campaign in collaboration with our police chief, Chief Coleman. We were featured on News 12 with one of our youth council members, Ms. Raina. These are pictures from our youth council meeting for the month of November. What took place in this meeting is conducting old business along with new business, and you will see in the near future of future campaigns that our youth council members are currently working on. Saturday, November 15th, we collaborated with the Pittman Law Group and Embedded Health for the championship community celebration held at the Wells Recreation Center. Our youth council members serviced a total of over 700 families, and that included giving them food for the holiday season, taking boxes of food to their cars, to their homes, and so they worked very hard, and that was just one part of the day. The second part of the day was their youth town hall meeting. That meeting was covered in collaboration with the journalism department at Inlet Grove Community High School. They were featured in their newsletter. And we also had the fire department come out with stigma information for mental health, as well as THC vape, which is the campaign that is currently about to roll out for our youth council members. They even worked Thanksgiving Day handing out hot meals to our constituents. So that meant a lot for them to take time out of their break to serve their community. And also, we did a give back over at Cunningham Park off of S Avenue with the Eastern Stars, the Mother Against Murderers Association, and some other organizations. Pictured here is the actual production with our communications department for the PSA THC vape campaigns. And you will see this not only rolled out in our community, but also across all schools, a part of the Palm Beach County School District. Where are they going from here? So upcoming, we have our youth council meeting coming up next Thursday, December 11th. They are going to volunteer at some toy giveaways in December. Coming up in January, we will be going up to Tallahassee for the Florida League of Cities Legislative Youth Action Days. They will host a second youth town hall, and then we will also host some community and beach cleanups. So thank you, and that's the update from the Youth Council.
Ms. Hester, could you tell us the next date for the youth council meeting and where, the time?
It will be December 11th. That's next Thursday here at the Marina Event Center in the Hatcher Room. So it will be a brief meeting followed by, a Christmas celebration.
Okay. What time does it start?
6:00 p.m.
The council will have an invitation as well as city administration, so you'll have your invitation coming. We do meet every second Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Riviera Beach Library. Next week is like not really a meeting, so don't come expecting to see a whole lot. So meet us there January, and they are open to the public on January 2nd Thursday at 6 o'clock. Thank you, Ms. Kier. You did an excellent job. Appreciate it.
Excellent, Ms. West.
Madam
Ms.
Chair.
Hester. Yes, thank you so much. Let's give her another hand.
Yeah. Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead, sir.
I'd like first congratulate Vice Chair Kashamba Miller and the Mayor for pulling this youth organization together. This is what our future is about, and I see that you have some outstanding participants that staying busy, learning leadership, and I'm sure we're going to see a few of them sitting up here in the future. So keep up the good work. You're doing good.
Thank you. So we will go on to our next item, Ms. LaTronda Hayes.
Good evening, Chair, council members. Mayor's not here, but Assistant City Manager Jacobs and everyone in their respective places. I'm Dr. LaTronda Hayes, the Assistant to the City Manager. This evening, the City of Riviera Beach is proud to present a $25,000 check in support of Riviera Beach students who are members of the Palm Beach Lakes High School Ram Marching Band. Under the outstanding leadership of Mr. Joshua Velez, Director of Bands, the entire Ram Marching Band has been invited to perform in the London New Year's Day Parade. This prestigious invitation-only event features only 12 to 15 bands from across the United States, and we are honored that our students will represent Riviera Beach on this international stage. This is a remarkable opportunity for our youth to showcase their talent, experience another part of the world, and bring pride to our community. We are proud to support them on this journey. And at this time, we would like to welcome Mr. Joshua Velez and the Rams Marching Band.
All right, thank you very much. On behalf of Palm Beach Lakes Community High School and my principal, Ms. Rosalind McCray, we wanted to say thank you. We're very humbled by this gesture. And we just want to make note that the city of Riviera Beach was the first municipality to step up and support our band program, which sparked a whole other people to follow suit. So we want to thank you for being the first one to do that. All right, without further ado, we just want to play a tune for you and just to say thank you, and then we'll be out of your way. Again, thank you very much.
Okay.
Drum majors.
That's it? Huh? I wanted to make a comment. No, I really wanted to make a comment first, right? So this brings back lots of memories of my days on the Hill at Florida A&M University, okay? So I can tell right now we probably got a bunch of rattlers in the house. They'll be a part of our Marching 100 band, right?
Yes, sir.
We'll move on to our next presentation, which is our proclamation for World AIDS Day. This past Monday was World AIDS Day. It is, whereas this, The proclamation for World AIDS Day. World AIDS Day is observed globally every year on December 1st to unite people in the fight against HIV, to show support for people living with HIV, and to commemorate those who have lost their lives to AIDS-related illnesses. The theme for World AIDS Day 2025 is Remember and Commit, calls upon us to remember the lives tragically lost to the epidemic over the past 4 decades and to renew our commitment to ending the stigma and the transmission of HIV through education, testing, treatment, and compassion. HIV/AIDS remains a significant public health issue with a profound and disproportionate impact on Black and African American communities, both nationally and within our own Palm Beach County. According to the Florida Department of Health, Black residents comprise approximately over 50% of all new HIV diagnoses in Palm Beach County, while representing a significantly smaller portion of the total population. The City of Riviera Beach proudly recognizes the strength and resilience of more than 9,000 individuals living with HIV in Palm Beach County and stands in solidarity with them, affirming that every person deserves a life of dignity, free from stigma and discrimination. We champion the vital importance of knowing one's HIV status through regular testing, which is the first and most critical step toward assessing life-saving treatment and preventing further transmissions. We encourage the promotion of comprehensive sexual health education and the availability of prevention tools, including PrEP, to empower our residents with the knowledge and the resources to protect their health and their health of their partners. I, therefore, Shirley Lanier, by the authority vested in me as City Council Chairperson of the City of Riviera Beach, do hereby proclaim World AIDS Day, December 1st, 2025, and call upon all residents, community organizations, healthcare providers, and faith-based organizations to join in remembering the loved ones we have lost and honoring the journey of those living with HIV and supporting local efforts and organizations that provide HIV prevention, care, and support services. We have three organizations: Found Care, Community Building Advocates, and Campbell Health, to accept these proclamations. I just like to briefly say that, HIV/AIDS is something that is near and dear to me. In the last 30 years, I have worked to combat this illness and to make sure that people, especially African Americans, are tested and ensure the safety of their health. Thank you guys again for accepting the proclamation, and please get tested. Our next item, I should have stayed up there. The next item is the chairperson awards given by the chairperson of the council. We have awards for employees who do exceptional at the City of Riviera Beach. The City of Riviera Beach is nothing without the employees who work here and keep this thing going. There are 500 employees in the city. All of them do excellent work here, and we are very proud of them. But every quarter, I ensure that some of them who go above and beyond the call of duty, that we recognize them. The first one is awards presentation to Miss Jennifer Klink. Today, we are proud to honor Jennifer Klink, a valued and respected member of our finance department who has served in the city of Riviera Beach since 2014. And I have to share this. When I first considered her for this award, I said, Jennifer gives me the business about any little thing that's not right. So if your travel form is off, if your reconciliation is missing a decimal, and something does not match, trust me, she's gonna send it back with comments. So what makes her even more remarkable is that even through her personal medical journey, when she has taken away time, she still comes back and gives the city 110%. Her resilience, her dedication, and her commitment to this organization never waver. For that, we thank her, and today we celebrate the fact that she is here with us. Today, we proudly recognize her dedication, her integrity, and her unwavering commitment to the city of Riviera Beach.
And the good news is I'm on my way to remission.
Oh, yes, take it.
I'm on my way to remission, so
Oh,
I'm
right.
good.
Oh, right. Yes, yes. Yeah, yes.
And I'll let you.
Yes, thank you. Our next award goes to the one and only, our library director, Mr. Adam Brody. Today we are proud to honor Adam Brody, not for just the hard work, but for the person that he is. He is a genuine, patient, humble, and one of those rare leaders who makes everyone around him feel supported and included. He is the true definition of a team player. He shows up for his staff, for his colleagues, and the departments across the entire city. And yes, he loves wrestling. And if you bring it up, clear your afternoon. But the same passion and enthusiasm is exactly what he brings to the city and to the library. And what makes Adam great is his heart, his positivity, his willingness to support others, and the care he brings to every interaction, having made a real difference in our organization. We proudly recognize Mr. Brody for the character, compassion, and the teamwork he brings to this city. Yes, put it around. Thank you. We have another award that goes to Public Works, Mr. Snowy Eaton. Where's Mr. Snowy? There he is. There he is. Today we are proud to honor Snowy Eaton, a true backbone of the Public Works Department and one of the most dependable employees in the entire city of the Riviera Beach. Snowy is that rare kind of employee who doesn't just supervise the work, he jumps in and does the work right alongside everybody else. What makes him stand out is his willingness to take on any task at any level with humility and with pride. His dedication to the city of Riviera Beach is evident in every project, every long day, and every moment he puts his community first. We proudly recognize Snowy for his loyalty, his unmatched work ethic, and his unwavering commitment to serving the city of Riviera Beach. So Snowy, all right. And we have one more award, and that goes to, it is the Department of Excellence Award, Mr. Clarence Sermons. Mr. Clarence Sermons, first of all, he's a rattler. That's good. Get that straight. But he has been a joy to work with, and he has been here at the city for a minute, and he runs his department with efficiency. We proudly present this excellence award to him. He's one of the most. His department is one of the most impactful departments in the city. They're responsible for planning, permitting, inspection, code enforcement, zoning, and ensuring development across our city is safe, responsible, and forward-thinking. And you guys know that the city has projects on the table from 3 fire stations, 1 police station, a city hall, a marina project, new city hall, and all of these things have to go through Mr. Sermons to be able to pass the muster, and he makes sure that it is right. His leadership has modernized practice procedures, strengthened internal workflows, improved public-facing services, and established accountability and consistency at every level. But Clarence will be first to tell you that no leader succeeds alone, and this award also honors the competent, dedicated staff who make his department exceptional. Today, we recognize not only Dr. Director Sermons, but also the division leaders who play a critical role in his success: the building division, the code enforcement division, and the planning and zoning division. It is my great honor to present the Chairperson's Department of Excellence Award to Director Clarence Sermons, and the Development Services Department. Have everybody come up and get one picture with everybody. Mr. Snowy, Ms. Jennifer, Mr. Brody. And I need Mr. Sermons' team. Where are you guys? Where's Mr. Sermons' team? I need all of you guys up here. Mr. Scott, Grace, and Michael. You guys come over here.
What's up, my brother?
We can move on to our next item, Madam Clerk.
Madam Chair, we are on ordinances on second and final reading. Item 8A, ordinance number 4297, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Riviera Beach, Palm Beach County, Florida, amending Chapter 2 of the city's Code of Ordinances entitled Administration, Article 6, entitled Code Enforcement, to add supplemental procedures and a schedule of violations and penalties for civil citations, providing for severability and conflicts, providing for codification, and providing for an effective date. Madam Chair, we do not have any comment cards for this item.
Motion? So moved. Second. Ms. Jacobs?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Sermons will present ordinance number 4297.
Thank you, Madam Assistant Manager. Good evening, Madam Chair, members of council, and thank you again. I am before you, Clarence Sermons, for the record, Director of Development Services of the City of Riviera Beach. The item here is the second reading of an ordinance that has been brought forth by staff in order to give additional tools to code compliance staff in the Development Services Department, as well as Public Works, for certain violations that would warrant immediate violations to improve enforcement. Since first reading, there were two changes that were made to this ordinance. The first to the ordinance document to add additional language clarifying the enforcement abilities of the city to collect fines that have been administered. The second is that on the fee schedule, that the fee to appeal a civil citation has been noted as refundable if the resident prevails in getting the fine overturned. So any fees to appeal would be returned to the resident if they are found correct. Otherwise, the ordinance stands as was presented on first reading, and staff is here and present if there are any questions. That concludes the presentation from staff.
Any question in regards to this second reading of this ordinance?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Mr. Sermon, there was a attachment with the fine and fee schedule.
Yes.
And there were certain areas, certain actions listed here. For a point of clarification, are you saying that these are the only ones that would go under the new ordinance of enforcement, or are all of the code violations going under the new ordinance?
Madam Chair, if I may,
Yes, go ahead.
only the items listed in this table would fall under the new ordinance. Anything outside of this would follow the normal and existing code compliance process.
Okay, Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
um, there are a couple of these that, I have some concern about. Trash out of schedule. We've got, senior citizens that sometimes, um, may get confused about the day. I don't want them to be penalized, um, if they may put their garbage out. So that there are just certain segments of our community that I don't want to be penalized, um, due to no intentional violation. If you understand where I'm going, there's some people who may do it intentionally, and there are others who may be confused and, oh, I thought the day was such and such, or no, no. So how are we going to deal with those situations where it may not be intentional and, they just might have gotten the days mixed up?
Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes, go ahead.
So this gives additional tools to code compliance officers, but it does not remove their ability to use discretion and work with residents. Our goal with code compliance is always to get compliance first, not to impose fees and liens and things of that nature. And we schedule our officers to zones so they can know their neighborhoods and know their residents, know their communities. So we don't believe that having this tool would force them to impose that in situations where it may not be warranted or necessary. So officers still do have the discretion to work with residents before utilizing different penalties or fines. So I don't believe that would be a significant issue, being that they have this tool in terms of senior citizens who may need more assistance as opposed to enforcement.
Okay, Madam Chair, the last thing about code enforcement, sometimes, I think it works contrary to what we're trying to do. And all we're trying to do is get compliance. We're not trying to have another funding mechanism through code enforcement, at least from my perspective, just compliance. But I've noticed, and I got contacted last week, that, sometimes when we may, cite someone for something in the yard, a house repair, and they may be going through a difficult time, can't afford it at that time, we slap the, fine on them, and then we put a lien on their homes. They go and try to get a loan to correct the problem, but the lien is on it, preventing them from doing what we asked them to do because we put the lien on their home. And I think that's contrary to what we're trying to do, is allow them to come into compliance. And sometimes when they can't afford it, struggling on fixed income, those fines builds up to 6 figures. They would never be able to pay it. Can't get improvements to their home because we got liens on it. And I would hope the council support this, to try to come up with a methodology that would allow enforcement but allow the resident an opportunity if they need to go out and get a loan to correct the problem, that there's something that we can do that would allow them to do that. Some senior citizens are going to pass away with liens on their home because they couldn't afford to remove them. And I don't think that that's right. This is not anything I want to answer for tonight, but that's a catch-22. We want them to correct it, but we put a lien on their home. When they try to get a loan, they can't get the loan to correct the problem that we asked them to correct. That's all I have, ma'am.
All right.
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
And it's not just the senior citizens, my colleague, a lot of us are struggling right now with corrections. And so I would like for you, Mr. Sermons, to share with the residents, some of the things that we talked about on the call, because we want to make sure that we are able as residents to correct and become in compliance before having liens or before letting these fines add up. So can you kind of tell a little bit about what you explained to me about the different types of violations?
Yes, and thank you for that question, if I may, Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
The normal code compliance process is built on the goal of getting compliance. Our goal is to ensure that if you own property in Riviera Beach, that you can be confident that you are going to live in nice, aesthetically appealing neighborhoods that are well maintained. So it's the role of code enforcement code compliance, to make sure that everyone's aware of what property maintenance looks like. And a lot of times the first step is education, because someone may not know that you just cannot store junk vehicles in your front yard. That makes the entire street look bad, and it attracts the wrong type of activity. So a lot of times the first step is just education. Hey, this car that has no tags, that's on brakes, cannot be in your front yard. It has to be an operable vehicle if it's going to be in the front yard and visible. In situations where the resident is educated and it continues, then it may be necessary to write a violation. The violation will say, hey, inoperable vehicle in the front yard, you have X amount of days to correct it. Depending on the violation, that could be 2 weeks, 30 days is the average. And if in those 30 days you haven't corrected it, the code officer's next step is to write up this case and prepare it for the special magistrate judge, who will look at all the evidence and allow that resident the opportunity to state their case, why they don't believe it's a violation, or it may just be they want an opportunity to say, hey, I understand it's a violation, I just need more time. And the magistrate will make that decision and say, hey, I'll give you the additional time. If it's not corrected by then, fines will begin. If it's then not addressed after the magistrate gives their deadline, then the fines begin. And after a certain amount of time and there's no compliance, officers are still interested in getting compliance in the neighborhood, but they will take the additional step of requesting that those fines be turned into a lien. But before that ever happens, there's been multiple points of contact with the property owner. They are aware, and they just haven't taken those steps. Now, if it's a property owner that's absent and not attentive to their property, and they don't respond to the officers, they don't respond to the notices, they don't show up, we send them notices in mail, certified mail. We'll post it on the property if need be. If you're not paying attention to your property because you're absentee, then the city is going to continue to push until we can get compliance. And those are the situations that typically turn into liens. If we're working with a property owner that says, hey, I understand, I'm dealing with some financial troubles, I need some more time. We even went so far as the last time as we updated the ordinance for code compliance to establish a grant fund. So now if we know it's an elderly resident that has financial issues, they can apply for funds from the department that can help them with certain limited amounts to cure those violations. So we have a fund in code compliance where we can assist residents who we know are in need of help. But the majority of the time, if it gets to the point of a lien, that's because the property owner has not worked with the city, and we have no choice but to try to pursue compliance as much as possible, especially in situations where the property is abandoned and needs to be boarded up, and the city goes to board it up to keep that property safe, and keep undesirable activities out. The city spends money in those situations, so yes, we would turn that into a lien so the city can recoup its expenses in trying to improve that neighborhood. So we, first and foremost, we educate, we work with property owners. Our goal is not liens. Our goal is not to collect funds. We want beautiful neighborhoods in Riviera Beach.
Yeah, also like to say that I understand the part in regards to people who actually living in their homes and the care that we take to be able to work with them. But I think the biggest issue is the city of Riviera Beach is 60 to 65% renters, which means that those properties are owned by other individuals who don't live in the city. So a lot of times, the houses are abandoned. The houses are not boarded up. I have a house on my street that the owner probably lives in Canada, and the city has to come and mow the yard because it grows up, chest high because nobody is there to actually do anything about it. So I think that, my sympathy goes for the people who are actually living in their homes and the ones who need that help to be able to do that, but not for anyone who lives in another country and want the city to pay for maintenance of their property.
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Just one last question, and I do agree with you. My concern is not about absentee owners. I'm talking about people who are homesteading, making this their home, and they're trying to survive, and they may need a loan, but we got liens on the property, and that we need to figure out a way to work with them. But my last question, if the liens have built up to an astronomical amount, and sometimes they do, even six figures, 100,000, 200,000, and they eventually correct the code violation, how do we work with them to dissolve those fines that have built up?
Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
The ordinance has a formula for fine reductions. So once the property is brought into compliance, and I don't know the exact formula off the top of my head, but there is a formula such that we first subtract whatever expenses you can demonstrate that you undertook to bring the property into compliance. That's subtracted from the total fine amount. And then there's a reduction formula on top of that. So there is not a scenario where if you have 200,000 in fines that you would pay 200,000 at the end of the day. We would subtract the expenses in bringing the property in compliance and then reduce that fine amount. And typically it's only a fraction of what that total amount is that would be paid at the end.
Okay. Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, one last question. When you said that the formula, sometimes what we may feel is a portion, let's say it was 200,000, you deduct whatever they paid, and we tell them they still have to pay 5,000, but they had owed 2,000. That may be out of range. I'm saying, why can't? Because we're not trying to build a fund from fines. We just want them in compliance. Mm-hmm. Why can't we just charge them our expenses, what it took us to do to monitor this project, or the administrative costs, and a minimal fine of 1,000, 1,500? Why do we have to do a formula on the astronomical number? I'm not feeling that. It's just about compliance. And whatever the employees do, they need to be paid for. We need to be paid for that. But beyond that, it should be very, very minimal. We just want them to comply. You have people then trying to find, well, I got to pay 5 more thousand, 6 more thousand, which seem to be minimal according to what was owed. But they have these astronomical fees building up daily, and they struggle to come in compliance. So that is something I want to bring back to discuss. But the expenses, the administrative costs, they need to pay. Whatever it took us to do to get it to do administratively, but all this formulas on a $200,000 fine, that's unreasonable to me. Okay. That's all I have, Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead, sir. I'm sorry, are you
Thank you,
finished? I'm sorry, hold on a second. Are you finished? You guys?
I'm done.
Yes, go ahead, Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I agree. Thank you, colleagues. Is it possible for us to include or to add a multiplier for reductions when it comes to homesteaded or owner occupants when they have these fines? So that I know that we can't have a difference between absentee owners and homesteaded owners, but if we add a multiplier for owner occupants to allow for that fee to be reduced, because I agree with my colleagues, Councilman Guyton, in regards to just getting them in compliance and helping some of these owner occupants, especially our seniors, with assisting them. So is it possible to maybe look at a multiplier, something that can increase to where it's 80% reduced, 100% reduced if they get it within compliance, if they're owner occupant or a homesteaded property?
Madam
Okay,
Chair, and I agree, homestead property is what I'm talking about.
Right.
Chair?
Homestead.
Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I have a couple of things. First of all, common sense has to prevail here. Everybody wants a good quality of life. I must receive at least 10 complaints a week about code violations. And I'm not talking about on Singer Island. I'm talking about the people from the mainland complaining about code violations in their neighborhood. And my hat is off to you, Director, for bringing this up. This is a good way to start solving this problem. I think that you might want to add, and I guess we have to talk to council about this. Can we add a clause where the city council will have the authority to waive a lien for hardship?
Okay. Yeah. We can bring that back, Mr. Summers. You can work up something for us. But what my concern is this: I have been here for 6 years. At the end of my street, there's a house that the city has to maintain. It has not. It's accrued some fines, but at what point do we say the house has to either be foreclosed on? I mean, because the owner lives somewhere else. The house has to be maintained basically by the city. So what happens in that case? How do we rectify that? How do we look at the fact that they have properties in the city that they have abandoned basically, and that the city is, I'm calling the city saying, listen, the grass is so high and it makes the street look terrible. At what point do we say this is enough? And I've been here 6 years and it's still the same way.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead, sir.
my discussion is about
No, I
people
know.
living in their homes.
No, I know, I agree.
That's
I
all
agree with that. I
people-
certainly agree.
Yeah, I'm not talking about.
But I'm just saying that
people
what
who
happens
absentee.
is that you how do you apply
For
that?
those, you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, how do you apply that across the board? But anyway, that is something that we have to discuss at another meeting. When you have information, you can bring back to us.
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead,
Okay,
sir.
so I just think that it's really important to give these tools to the code enforcement officers so we can start cleaning up the streets and fixing up the neighborhoods. I trust that the neighborhood services unit, the code enforcement officers will use common sense and will issue warnings and speak to the people before they issue violations. I think we have to trust our staff to do the right thing. And I think it's very important that we move forward with this resolution.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
can I get clarification? This is the second reading, so the things that we're asking him to, give us more information about, we will be able to get that in the next reading possibly?
Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes, go ahead.
The items included in this particular ordinance before you is an additional section to the code compliance chapter. So it only addresses creation of civil citations. Anything regarding the formula for fine reductions, that's a different part of this chapter of the code. It hasn't been noticed, so we couldn't make those changes tonight. But what I'll do with the notes that I've been taking is come back with what I believe is what you're looking for as far as changes to the code compliance ordinance. Some of the things are process related, such as when the city initiates a foreclosure lawsuit. That's when our staff would advise legal that, hey, we think we've reached a point where we need to take action. Then we would consult with the legal department about her getting permission from this board to essentially start a lawsuit for foreclosure on a property. But other things in terms of changing the fee schedule, that's in the letter of the ordinance, and we can look into making some changes to that and making sure that we have a process that works for the staff and that council feels comfortable with as well. So it will require an additional conversation based on these notes to make those changes.
Right, Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Please just don't forget about giving the city council the authority
Yes.
to waive a lien based on hardship.
Understood, yes, we'll
Yes,
do.
very
Thank
good. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Councilperson Davis Panier,
Yes.
Councilperson Guyton,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson,
Yes.
Councilperson Spiritus,
Yes.
Chairperson Lanier,
Yes,
it's a unanimous vote.
next item.
Madam Chair, we are on the regular agenda. I want to bring to the board and public's attention that there was an item that was on consent, resolution number 175-25, that is not printed on this agenda. It is the agreement between the City of Riviera Beach and Pittman Law Group PL to provide lobbyist representation at the state level on behalf of the City of Riviera Beach. If it is the board's pleasure, we can make this item 11D under regular resolutions on regular agenda.
11D, that's fine.
Okay. Madam Chair,
Let's go ahead.
at this time, we are on item 11A, resolution number 181-25, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Riviera Beach, Palm Beach County, Florida, establishing a schedule of violations and penalties for civil citations pursuant to Chapter 2, Administrative Article 6 Code Enforcement, providing for an effective date and for other purposes. Madam Chair, we have one comment card on this item. The acceptance of the cards is closed.
And while they're coming up, Madam Chair, is this the one we just did?
So moved. Second, that's just a resolution to it.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Ms. Jacobs.
Okay, yeah. Madam Chair, thank you. Resolution number 181-25 is a companion item to the ordinance, the second reading of the ordinance that Mr. Sermons just presented.
Sermons.
Yes, Madam Chair, as mentioned, this resolution is for the fee schedule. So if this is adopted by resolution, so it is easier in the future if council wants to change, raise, lower, add, or subtract the types of violations on the schedule, that is adopted by resolution for efficiency in the future, but no additional presentation on this one.
Very good. This is a fee schedule. Any questions? Madam Clerk?
Madam Chair?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so, Mr. Sermons, I think that a lot of these fines are a little low, but it's a good start. So let's see how it works. But I think you ought to revisit this next year because a lot of the commercial properties, this would just be part of doing business to them. It's just not high enough for them. So maybe you'll set a separate commercial fine schedule, fee schedule. If you can look into that for the future, I think that would be a good idea.
Very good.
Madam Chair, we do have one public comment card on this item.
Yes, go ahead.
Mrs. Williams?
To the council and the citizen of Riviera Beach. I hope y'all won't think I'm real
Ma'am, you
mean.
have to address the council, please.
I'm just greeting them. Why you cut me off again? I try to reach all y'all about yourself. Code enforcement. Mr. Sermon, I saw you got a plaque tonight, but you have come here and changed everything. I try to reach you today, all y'all, to talk about this code enforcement. I talked to the head person, the man, everybody. I told him I had spoke to him. I wasn't going to get up and say anything, but just listen at you, Mr. Guy. Y'all finding people around here, senior citizen, you find a knick-knack, pick-knack stuff to put a code on somebody. That need to stop. Then you want us to say, do this, Do this or else we gonna keep finding you. And I'm gonna say it. I told them I'm gonna say it. They came and found me saying on my carport it was too clustered. Oh, some of my grass had a big hole in it, didn't have all the grass there. Then they say, one of your citizens that runs a business here, Mr. Doge, for over 50-some years, y'all honor him, and then y'all came right around by the code enforcement and find him. So I said, I had an extra side on my yard. Why don't you put your truck there? I got to move there because it's his, or they going to find me every day. Or the hurricane season comes, they say, take all those awnings down. I say, you must come take them now and get me some code enforcement windows, or you going to go through the county and help me get some on there. Why you keep finding me? Because that's my neighbor. He's 85 years old. I want to help him out. They told me the van was so ugly and needed paint. I said, how you know it's not working? Did you go around the back, see if it had a tag on the back? You can't do that, keep finding people. I don't know, just something that's certified. Why y'all keep that money and put something here to use? Y'all around here, every time you turn around, you're finding people and doing this here. I agree with Mr. I tried to reach you today. I told you I want to talk to all y'all, didn't I? I haven't got nobody yet. I tried to get you today. I still want to talk, because y'all not helping us like you should. Senior citizen. He was saying, Mr. Sermon, I know when you first came here, you changed. They put you in to be changing all these ordinances and all these fines and all this stuff here. I remember you first started here. You young man. I spoke to the young man over the code enforcement. I told him I don't want to put no marking because you're a brother, but I want to let y'all know, y'all better stop this here. You come over there and look at that yard in that house and stop trying to find us.
And for your comment. Can we?
Madam Chair, that is the end of public comment.
Are there any other questions in regards to this item? Madam Clerk?
Councilperson Davis Pannier?
Yes.
Councilperson Guyton?
Yes.
Chairperson Miller Anderson?
Yes.
Councilperson Spiritus?
Yes.
Chairperson Lanier?
Yes.
That's a unanimous vote.
We are at public comments from the public. Public comments shall begin at 7:30 p.m. unless there is no further business of the city council, which in that event, it shall begin sooner. In addition, if an item is being considered at 7:30, then comments from the public shall begin immediately after the item has been concluded. Please be reminded the city council board has adopted rules of decorum governing public conduct during official meetings, which are listed in the back and here in the middle. If any of the rules are not adhered to, the city council chairperson may have any disruptive speaker or attendee removed from the podium, from the meeting, and/or the building if necessary. Please govern yourselves accordingly.
Madam Chair, we have 18 public comment cards. The first speaker will be Lloyd Brown, followed by Michael Jordan and Dr. Philip M. Dukes.
How you doing? I see they leave when I get up here because I don't have nothing good to say. And let me tell you, you got selective enforcement when it comes to those rules. Because I done seen Miss Park come in here and say something about traffic, and you were right there in that same position, but you didn't tell her, but you told me. You like the girl that they put in charge of the class, all your friends get away with messing around while the teacher on her lunch break. As soon as she come back, then here it is, you done told on all your enemies. You can't come up here with this selective enforcement. And then you talking about the code enforcement. Do you anybody ever go on 33rd Street? They got a place that's full of trucks and cars. And you hear this man talking about somebody who own a home. Let me tell you what a white guy told me, maybe y'all will listen. He said, as long as I own my property, you can fine me, lien me all you want to. I'm not gonna sell it. I've been there 71 years and I'm gonna be there 71 more, I hope. But the only thing I'm trying to say is y'all have AIDS over here. You come over here and these people act like it's such a great deal, but I don't even see these people on the corners hustling, trying to make a life. These people got jobs in here. All of them got something to do. The ones that need help are the ones you see walking around the street on drugs and whatever. And then you got stores selling paraphernalia, and then you arrest a man for having a pipe. You supposed to close them stores down. You didn't give a damn about that. All you want to do is come over here and then you ask for a raise. You need a raise right out of here. That's the raise you need. And I'm being honest. Hey, don't listen to the code enforcement. Go down on 33rd Street. Go down there where all them boats at. And until they straighten that out, strike. Tell them don't come here. You don't want to hear nothing about. They should stop all these liens until they straighten out these properties. I done seen new people come in the neighborhood. They got 4 or 5 trucks in the yard, cement trucks and everything else, but you don't say nothing. And most of the houses in my neighborhood used to be owned by my neighbors. Now you got some man in there who own it, and he's not doing nothing for it. Make him pay right then and there. Don't put no lien and be talking about what you're gonna pay. And make him pay every time you go over there. Make him pay. And like somebody like me to own property, just like the lady was saying, we don't need y'all coming in our yard doing all that. When you got, go to 33rd Street. Let me tell you, you will be surprised. And then another thing before I go. I'm sorry, Chief, but I gotta say this. There's a girl named Snyder out there. She needs to be going to de-escalation classes for the rest of her life while she's working for y'all. Then you got another officer told me he only come here for a paycheck. That's a shame. Let him go in his own neighborhood.
The next speaker is Michael Jordan, Dr. Philip M. Dukes, followed by Reno Wells.
Hello, council. As always, I have to set the pace for myself and for you all. I come with great respect. I always tell you when you write, I'm with you. I would like to say to you all, thank you all, because and congratulate Miss Deborah Hall, because I no longer see acting behind her name. Okay, so I want to congratulate you all for that, and I thank you for that. Because like I say, if I hadn't seen a change, I was gonna keep talking about it until it changes. Okay, the second thing I want to speak with you about, and not to take away anything from anybody that has received awards. When we're working in a professional setting, we cannot pick and choose people that we want to award or reward for doing a great job. I believe that everybody does a great job, okay? And I think people should be judged by the way that they do their work. Because you don't like a person, then you should not wreak havoc to that person or cause disrespect or attack that person. And yes, I'm talking about an upright citizen, a very respectful young man, a man who has always had passion about his job and helping people, Mr. Keith Golden. Okay, I'm coming up talking about that, okay, because he's the man for the job, okay? If he wasn't the man for the job, he wouldn't have lasted this long. I don't like what I'm hearing. I don't like the disrespect that he's receiving, and I think something should be done about it. If I had my way, I would have also awarded him tonight. So I am asking you, and I'm being respectful about it, to back up, think about it, and make the right decision, okay? Because like I said once before, and I won't get away from it, the way that you all professionally, so-called professionally handle things over here, when people come from this city and say that they have worked here to go get another job, people don't want to touch them because of the reputation that's out there. Let us work together and change the reputation. Treat the residents right and respect the workers and treat them fair as well. So like I said, I'm not going to beat that horse about Miss Deborah no more because that horse done jumped over the gate and he gone. But I will repeat what I have to say about Mr. Keith Golden. I want to see a change. I want to see him treated fairly. And I want you all to back off and do the right thing. And as always, like I say, I love each and every one of you all and going to respect you all. But when you're wrong, I got to call you out. Okay? And one thing about me, and you know for yourself, Councilwoman Lanier, we have had a little difference about what we talked about, but I always respect you. Talk to you when I see you. Ain't nothing gonna change about that. So like I said, concerning Mr. Keith Golden, I'm gonna beat that horse until it dies and keep rise up without being attacked by what's going on. Okay? So like I said, I want you all to have a good night.
The next speaker is Dr. Philip M. Dukes, followed by Reno Wells and Zedric Barber.
Good evening, everyone, council, citizens, mayor. We got a lot of issues, I just, a few days ago, found out about Mr. Golden, and I'm a great supporter of him. But let's be honest, I heard a few things. Is there something in the mix that you want to just get rid of him? He's done a great job. Great job, great job, great job. He's done a great job. And y'all know what the swirl is on that. I didn't really come to speak on that, but I found out about it, so I have to say something. You see, there's always, when certain things go down, and the darker the melanin in your skin, you get treated different for little simple things. They make more out of it than what it is. So I think we need to address that. That is not, like my conservative brothers, sometimes I'm in their circle, say, you black people, you're always doing this victimization thing. I say, no, these are systematic patterns. That's why I come up here and teach about black history the way I do, because it's a systematic pattern. What we see in America today with this president is a systematic pattern. It's the same thing. Now, since I'm off of what I was going to talk about, I need to thank everyone who sent us donations. I want to thank you because we're going to start the Love Thy Brother movement. We want to pick up Pastor King work against all forms of racism and not just talk about it. Because if you notice, our country is being polarized more and more and more. I thought I turned my phone off. I got to hit it. It's being polarized more and more and more. So I want to thank everyone who sent us donations. If you want to help us with this, you can Zelle us at 561-827-7499. Our cash app is 541-0015. Operation Restore is a non-profit in Rivera Beach. We've been working in Rivera Beach for over 30 years. Now, most people know about what we were doing up at Jiffy. And if you Google my name, Bishop Dr. Philip M. Dukes, news articles, all the news articles they wrote about what we've been doing in Rivera Beach for the last 30 years will come up. I'm just not talking, but we need to be about this work. Let me tell you something. Y'all see, we're less than 12 miles away from one of the most contentious places in America, which is called Mar-a-Lago. And do not make any mistake. We have a racist white supremacist in the White House. That's what we got in the White House. And you can't conquer hate with hate. Pastor King said that black nationalism is just as bad as white nationalism. And then we talk about this thing about Jesus. So I'm going to talk about that next time. And on the other point, listen, y'all stop treating my boy so bad. Y'all go on, name the street after Thomas. That's not a bad thing. It's not a wicked thing. I mean, we can find fault with everybody. Everybody talk about everybody, something negative. But look at, Thomas has done some real good things in this city.
The next speaker is Reno Wells, Zedric Barber, and Agila Ingraham.
Good evening. Reno Wells, Rivera Beach, retired police officer, Rivera Beach PD. First of all, I want to thank you all for acknowledging my memo to you all last week. I don't know if it was done accidentally, but what should have been done in front of the horse finally happened. You had your labor attorney contact our pension attorney to see and ask and discuss how you're going to go into our bank and take our money. That should happen first. So it did happen last week. Secondly, I'm amazed. I hate to pick on people. I'm trying not to pick on people, but it's the process, a financial process. Apparently, you've been doing a lot of things wrong financially to try to take money that my officers have worked for. At one point in time on that police department, I counted 28 police officers had been involved in shootings. Yet I, one of the supervisors, instructed those same officers to go out and say how great the city was to live in. This was about 20-something years ago. So now that they have earned more or less a cost of living allowance, the finance person who couldn't manage the books decided the only way he can help the city and bail himself out is to take our money. First of all, you need to stop. It's non-negotiable. Secondly, I think you should get a finance director in here. It's okay to speak to people. You come speak to the people whose money you want to take. Maybe they can tell you a better way to take some money somewhere else. But you're not going to get it from the police department. Okay? I did not see him out there one time on the firing lines with my police officers. It was done wrongly. I can tell he doesn't know what he's doing because the reason you needed to talk to the pension board, you were supposed to get an actuarial valuation. If we told you we got $100 in the bank, you should come to us. Hey, do you really have 100 or 98? So based on that practice alone, this is why you're in the jam you're in now. Okay, so if he needs some help, we got a lot of officers got master's degrees and doctor's degrees, and we'll help him right along. I don't want to be adversarial, but leave my grandkids money alone and leave their grandchildren's money alone. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next speaker is Cedric Barber, Agila Ingraham, and Margaret Shepherd.
Good evening.
Good evening.
For the council members that are here and those that aren't, I'm Cedric Barber. I'm a retiree from the City of Riviera Beach Police Department. One of those that took the job seriously, and I'm a pensioned employee. What Lieutenant Wells failed to tell you is that finance director, I guess it is proposing that they take monies or funds from our pension to pay for raises for the officers now. Okay, that's the proposal. Like I said, Reno's a little, animated, so we need a little background. As he said, the finance director was not there like Reno was crying when all the kids got killed at the railroad tracks there years ago. I heard him on the radio. The finance director wasn't there the night that our dog bit me. Okay? We gave all that we could. Our pension does not have a COLA. We get what we call a 13th check every year. All right? It does not have a COLA. We've got people that have been on the pension for 30 years without a raise. Now, I don't know what America you live in, but in the last 30 years, I think things have slightly gone up. Slightly, a little bit. But that's the way our pension is structured. So now 185 monies are monies that the state gives us that we can use as a 13th check for a pension that does not have a COLA. Okay? And we're just here to stand and let you know that we're against that. Okay? This is to say that it's important to us is an understatement. All right? And we aren't, we're the people that retired from the city. We gave you our all. I wrote the first grant for the Police Athletic League. I was your crime prevention officer, your media relations officer, certified in polygraph, voice stress analyst. Okay? And we gave all that we could give. And all we ask is that you leave our pension alone. Thank you.
Next speaker is Agila Ingraham, followed by Margaret Shepherd and Alfred Fields, NAACP.
Good evening. To the mayor, the chairperson, and the city council, good evening again. I thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Akila Ingraham, and I'm First Lady, and my husband, Jai Ingraham, is the pastor at Allen Temple AME Church on Avenue I in Riviera Beach. Bishop Masters is a man of the people. He has served his community for over 40 years. He has been a builder of the communities and the people for all his life. Even though he is no longer an elected official, he's never stopped being a public servant. Bishop Masters has helped various churches and ministries across denominational lines. He has been a mentor and a model for young pastors and their ministries. Personally, Bishop Masters has been a great friend and support to Allen Temple AME Church on Avenue I. Bishop Masters work for the betterment of everyone, even those that he may disagree with, because when you stand for God with integrity, that's what service is all about. Bishop Masters works and supports churches internationally, having traveled and given mission work in over 35 countries. He frequently travels to Jamaica, leading hurricane relief efforts for both our congregations. He opens the doors of his church and welcomes the members of Allen Temple, our church, along with his congregation. He is a true friend and is here to serve the community whenever called upon. Therefore, it is for all these reasons that I support the proposal to have Avenue I in honor of Bishop Thomas Masters. Thank you.
The next speaker is Margaret Shepherd, followed by Alfred Fields, NAACP, and Reverend Lloyd Taylor.
My name is Margaret Shepherd, and I do live in the city of Riviera Beach. I want to first thank Ms. Deborah Hall McCollum for being such a wonderful lady. You have showed us the way. It is times that I know if I did not look at you, I would really lose it because of these people here. But you showed me the way. And our group just wanted to take time to say thank you. You've gotten so many flowers until they thought that you needed a little bit more during the holiday. And I hope that you enjoy it. They were out there and they not really talked about you, but they talked about James Hall. I never stopped laughing hearing the little scenario. Thank you. I want to go on with the pastor talking about Bishop Masters. It behooves us that you sit there elected by us, and you put people down. I did it. I was listening to Cindy Marstead, and I had to go back and regroup and know that sometimes when you're angry, you have to really watch what you say. But it's been 20 years since whatever happened. I'm not condoning whatever, but it's times that he had to go to people's house in the middle of the night, go to the hospital. He had to do weddings. He had to do funerals. And to sit there and say, I'm talking about something 24 minutes. That really was none of your business. You need to talk about your business. That's what you need to do. But I want to say to Bishop Masters, wonderful job. And I hate that these children are sitting here. And I'm trying to mimic my words because there's a lot I want to say. And I won't say because I want them to get a feel of how this council acts. I heard Mrs. Erica Davis say, we need to wipe out this whole board. We did it once before, and we can do it again. We're going to do it again. These people got to go. They got to get the HELL out of here because it does not make sense. We put you in these seats, and somebody said, well, I'm a politician. I want to really call you something else, but I'll hold it. Because I know for a fact that when we put you in office, we look for you to work for us. And the only person I heard them sit at the table talk about is Glenn Spears is doing a good job. 148 of us sitting in the room, and they brought up Glenn Spears. But we elected you, and I want to say you're the most despicable people I've ever seen in my life. You are a piece of work that you put that up there, and then you start talking about something that happened years ago. And I'll tell you to your face, I am sick of you. And I'll see you at the podium.
Thank you so much for your comments.
The next speaker is Alfred Fields, NAACP, followed by Reverend Lloyd Taylor and Cindy March.
Good evening. Honorable council members, mayor, and city manager. I'm Alfred Fields, the president of the local branch of NAACP, and I come before you tonight in reference to a matter in your assistant chief, Mr. Golden. So I sent a letter to each of you because I knew I probably wouldn't say everything I need to say in 3 minutes, so you should have gotten an email from me earlier. But what I want to say to you is that this is not a unique situation to Riviera Beach. What is going on in your city right now is a systematic lynching publicly and a hanging behind closed doors of Black people in this county, in this state, and in this country that's in a leadership role. You don't have to look far. You can look at our county commission, look at our school board, look at our sheriff department, and you can go from one municipality to the next. And there have been Black and brown citizens, employees that have been targeted because they're in leadership role. They don't want us to have a seat at the table because then they can do and say whatever they want. I'm not speaking to the issue that happened with the assistant fire chief Gold, but I'm talking about a systematic system of eliminating our history, of eliminating our ability to be at the table to help make decisions about our lives. So I'm asking you, when you look at these situations, especially from an organization that says they're for the employees, that shows no loyalty to an employee that was a part of that same union for over 20 years, look at the surrounding situation. They're tarnishing a person's reputation to hinder their ability to be promoted. They're tarnishing our ability to have decision-making in our communities. So I plead with you, look at these situations in not an isolated situation, but a totality of what's going on in our communities.
Thank you so much for your comments.
Next is Reverend Lloyd Taylor, Cindy March, and Joanna Hartz for Jamaica Relief.
Good evening and thank you, council, to the chair and all the council persons. I am the Reverend Lloyd Taylor. I grew up in Riviera Beach and have lived the last 8 years or so down in Broward County, of which I'm a part of the New Mount Olive Church in Fort Lauderdale. I come here to speak on behalf of a man who became a friend after he came in after preaching revivals and then came in from California and became the pastor of New Macedonia Church. And that's Bishop Thomas Masters. Bishop Thomas Masters didn't come to rest on his laurels as an awesome preacher that he is, but he came to work. And he's shown that not only in the pulpit, but also in the community, as he was sitting on this same diocese that you are. At the time when my first cousin, Linda Taylor, was killed on the Blue Heron Bridge, it was Bishop Masters that led a delegation up to Tallahassee to make that bridge safer for those of us, when I'm in town, still like to walk that particular bridge. Bishop Masters came and stood with our family when my grandnephew, Eric Davis, was killed in Broadmoor Apartments. We weren't members of his church, but he came, stood with our family. Bishop Masters has demonstrated his love for the community way beyond the walls of New Macedonia Church. And if there's anybody, and I've seen over the years where there have been names after names after names of different streets, avenues, or what have you for different clergy, God bless them. But if anyone is deserving, your former mayor, still current pastor of the New Macedonia Church, is deserving of this same honor. God bless you and God keep you.
Next speaker is Cindy March, followed by Joanna Hodge for Jamaica Relief and Cynthia Traveling Queen.
Good evening, Council. Congratulations, Deborah Hall. Y'all don't forget about Dr. Glenn Spiritus. We want everybody to go accept Dr. Glenn Spiritus. So when it's time for election, don't forget about him. And I hate to say this, but I'm telling you the truth. If we don't start taking care of our own, like I always reiterate, that whole board gonna look like Dr. Glenn Spiritus. And we can blame us because we don't take care of us. And Keith Golden, whatever y'all need to do, keep him here in the city of Revere Beach. People with sheep clothing on don't get far. If you can't forgive a person, something wrong with you. I forgave Reverend Masters right here. I said some bashful things about him. And I grew up at 836 West 9th Street. And he go up there right now today. If he wants spaghetti dinner, my sister gonna give it to him. He don't even know the relationship that he's eating at the house that I grew up in. I just told that to Bridget Wilburn the other week. And he will be surprised. But I'm going to tell you something. What the goose is good for the gander. You bringing up 20 years, bring up them 2 accused accounts that they got hidden up under the employee profile. But God gave you another chance. Y'all don't remember me, but the Blue Heron Bar, I wasn't this thick. I was a cocoa bottle shape. I remember Bruce Guyton coming in the Blue Heron Bar plenty of nights. Okay, so let's not forget where we come from. That's what's wrong with our black folks. We forget how God brought us so far, but he's still working on me. Okay, so I can deal with the animosity. I can deal with the name calling. But what I'm not going to do is sit here and disgrade a man that don't open his doors up for everybody that I know. Don't took his hat off right in front of this city hall and collect the money for somebody I know because they didn't have enough money to bury their loved one. And this what y'all do to this man? We got to do better. When you know better, you do better. But just trust me. When it's time for election, Lanier, I hope you good and gone. And don't start. I'm not going with that tonight. I can say what I want to say.
You need to address the entire council, ma'am. You need to address the entire council. Ma'am, you need to address the entire council.
I'm addressing the
And
person
if
I
you
want
want
to
to
address
continue
because
to
you are the
go back and
chairperson.
forth, then
You
we
all
can
need
do
to
that
stop
as
playing
well.
politics
But you have
over
to
the
address
people.
the
You
entire
all need to
council
stop
while
and
you're
get
standing
back to
here.
the
You
people
cannot
and
stand
not
here and
politics
address
and
one
presentation.
person.
Because
So thank
guess
you very
what?
much
The
for
way
your
we put you
comments.
all in
So
here
what you
is
need
the
to
way
do
we're going to get you
is
up out
I
of
think
here.
I need to
Okay,
have
you
the
cannot
officers
talk
to come
louder
up
than me, so
front
don't waste
to
your
be
breath.
able
Because I'm
to
not
set
threatening
Miss,
you. I'm not
Miss
using
down.
profane
Thank you
language
so
to you.
much
So
for
I'm
your
going to say
comments,
what I need
and
to
thank
say.
you so much
Okay,
for your
until
comments.
you
Thank you
stop
so
being
much.
disrespectful,
Thank
then
you so
I'm
much for
going to
your
stop being
comments. Thank
disrespectful.
you so much for your comments, ma'am.
The next speaker is Joanna Harts for Jamaica Relief. Joanna Harts for Jamaica Relief. So we'll move on to Cynthia Traveling Queen, followed by Bobby Ingraham and Bryce Graham.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm Cynthia. I was raised up and born in Riviera Beach in Federal Gardens. I came to know Bishop Masters back in 1994 when my dad was dying of cancer. My mom, Theola and Arthur Lee Walker, my parents lived in Federal Gardens, and they knew a lot of people. But when my mom called Bishop Masters, he came. And I was there that day when he prayed with my dad, because my dad was not a churchgoer. As years go on, I notice how, as an adult, I've been married 41 years to my husband Bobby. I noticed as an adult how Bishop Masters would go around and just help everyone. I remember my brother-in-law. He was at St. Mary's Hospital, and he had a lady hostage. He had a scalpel knife around her neck, and I told my mom, I said, Mom, maybe you could call Bishop Masters to come and help us. And she said, okay, baby. And she called him. And he came out to that St. Mary's Hospital, and he talked my brother-in-law down. My brother-in-law could have rotted in prison for doing whatever he was going to do. But Bishop Masters came, and he helped my family. Once he talked my brother-in-law down, he stayed there and he prayed with us. We did a circle out there in the parking lot of St. Mary's Hospital. I remember when my son passed away in 2015. He was right there. I remember Stony Brook having a problem. Stony Brook Apartments, they were living over in filth and had some problems. He was right there. My son passed last year, 2024, and we had the funeral at Hilltop Baptist Church. He was right there. My sister just passed in September. He's always there to help people. And I just hope, I hate to see people bring up something happened a long time ago, which was rectified, I believe. And I just don't like when people do that. You need to give people their flowers while they're living. Look at the good in people, and we need to stop and try to get along and stop with this hatred. This is a good man, and I can't think of anybody I can think of that he deserves this. And I just hope and pray that God open up your hearts and make this change or do this for him. I pray that this happen. That's my prayer. And I thank you guys for listening to me.
The next speaker is Bobby Ingraham, followed by Bryce Graham and Amon Israel.
Good evening, Mayor and councils and everyone that's here tonight. I just want to say this is a man that I deeply respect, Masters, deeply respect. I am honored and delighted to have as a mentor and a trusted friend. He's very opinionated. He doesn't care what people say, think, or do. I can recall several years ago as he was in office serving, he has hammered out what he has stood for the community by making change. Yet, amazingly, over the years, the work and the production that he did would speak for himself. This is a strong man, dignified and upright. I believe he deserved this honor while he's living, as my wife just stated. Give someone their flowers now that they can embrace and continue to serve and reach out to the people that walk their path. He's a fine gentleman individual, and I ask that you all will examine your hearts and take this in deep consideration. I thank you for listening, and thank you very much.
The next speaker is Bryce Graham, followed by Amon Israel and Mrs. Williams.
Good evening, Council. Bryce Graham, Second Vice President of the National Action Network of the Central Florida chapter in Orlando, Florida, and also servicing Palm Beach County under the Reverend Al Sharpton. I come to talk about two individuals tonight, one being Keith Golden, the next being Bishop Thomas Masters. There's a quote that says that there is something not just wrong in that there is something not just rotten in Denmark, but there is something wrong right here in Riviera Beach. When you will come against a assistant chief who has proven himself, who is worthy of principles and standards, and trying to tarnish his character off of something that is promiscuous. Tonight, I want to talk about a man who I admired from afar. When I would turn on the television and see his work and his ethic, and I came to know him in my younger days of ministry and activism, it was Bishop Thomas Masters. When he first came here over some 39 years ago, who had been working in this community day in and day out before he became the mayor, pushing initiatives like Stop the Violence on the Block, Pull Your Pants Up, encouraging young men to pull their pants up and to walk with dignity well before he became the mayor. It was Bishop Thomas Masters, before he became the mayor, that stood with families that were gunned down by victims of gun violence and police brutality. It was Bishop Masters who has done all of these things well before he was mayor. And while he was mayor, stood up for citizens of this community, aided the seniors of this community, and stood with families countless and countless of times. And he has not only done the work here in Riviera Beach, but he has done it from coast to coast in Africa, in Jamaica, in Haiti, and other places. And if anybody in this city deserves a street, a name, a sidewalk, it should be that of the Bishop Thomas A. Masters.
The next speaker is Amon Israel, Mrs. Williams, followed by Mayor Bishop Thomas Masters.
Good evening, Chair, Mayor, and Council. Amon Yisrael. What is truly going on with our Chief Golden? The city paid an outside attorney to do an investigation of Chief Golden over a year ago. After the investigation, the outside investigator said that he needed, not he, the city needed some additional training. How you can go from training to firing or suggesting that you fire Chief Golden? The president of the union stated on TV that our city manager need to fire Chief Golden. What arrogance. What make him think he can tell a municipality outside of his jurisdiction that our city manager need to fire Chief Golden? Again, what arrogance. Chief Golden has an outstanding evaluation, impeccable record. After the first investigation, some came together and came up with another investigation. Just what are they trying to do? Yes, there was a drowning on Garden Road. A driver drove himself into the canal, and after driving in the canal, he resisted medical attention. And thanks to the firefighters who did attempt to save him. When we're hiring people, we need to really be concerned about people that are not embarrassing our fire department and our city. Just to name a few of his accomplishments. Assistant Chief Golden has been deployed to multiple missions representing Riviera Beach and the state of Florida. He has been deployed to Jacksonville. He has been deployed to Tallahassee. He was the deputy of operations and the chief commander outside of Riviera Beach. Just what are they trying to do?
Thank you so much
to
for
Chief Golden.
your comments.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next speaker is Mrs. Williams, followed by Mayor Bishop Thomas Masters, and the last speaker is Doretta Paul.
Woo, don't y'all mess with my po-pos out here now. They're the best. You are the best. You know, I don't know if he's the one there in Goldman. The chief had them to go take a test and with other people. You know what their scores was? 98 and 97. Good, good. I heard somebody that said we got master's degrees and all that. We got what we need. We got what we can do with what we have. And I want you to know, and I want to get back to that again. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you, and you. I need y'all. I need to talk to you. I didn't need no message. I want to talk to you face to face. Because y'all gonna get this code enforcement stuff straightened out here with me if you don't want to straighten nobody else, but I'm gonna try to help them too. So I want y'all to know. Let's get together. You don't want nobody to call your name, but I'm gonna point at you. But I want y'all to just talk to me. I tried to reach all y'all today before this meeting came up. I couldn't. I didn't want to leave no message. I want nobody to say I didn't get it. But I want to talk to you face to face. I want to talk to our new council person right there. We were somewhere. They had a thing at Jay's ministry. It was a young couple that did an awful job of providing stuff for the young people and the people of the city. I can't remember the name. You might remember them. They did a good job. We got all kinds of treasures here to support it. You know, but they told me, one person told me, say, from St. Island to 95, this is what they all want. So we're in the midst of all what they want, but we're going to stand with what we got. So please help us do what is right. I don't try to put y'all down or nothing like that. But if you say something bad, but I'll be trying to let you know, I do care for you. I really do. And please sign that street to Reverend Masters, right over there near his church. Reverend Masters, no matter what you say, if you go back on somebody 20 years, you don't have anything in you. You don't have it in your heart to forgive or try to bring up the past. Because I'm telling you, there's some books being written. Not on the book, but in your thoughts. It's being put down. You're not going to get by God with nothing. And I'm telling you, after a while, you're going to reap what you sow. You're going to reap it. And you're not going to be able to take it or stand it. Know why? Because God got your number. God got his number. He got it. We in the book. Y'all be signing these books and all this stuff there. And y'all, they told me y'all the ones decide all these code enforcement. I'm going to talk to y'all about that.
The next speaker is Mayor Bishop Thomas Masters, followed by Doretta Paul.
The wicked shall cease from troubling, and the weary shall be at rest. To the Honorable Mayor and Honorable Chair, and to all the City Council, I'm 73 years of age. I don't know what's going to happen now. And I really don't know what you're going to do as it relates to the street or the avenue or whatever. But I will tell you, if it happens, wonderful.
If it doesn't happen, I got another street. I got another street that's paved with gold. I have another crown, and one of these days, when life is all over down here, I will transcend to somewhere else to be with the Lord. Pray for me. I'm not here to speak for myself tonight. I think many have spoken. I want to thank the members of Hilltop, the members of Pleasant Heights, the members of Pentecostal Church of God in Christ, the members of New Macedonia, the members of Allen Temple AME, and the two council people that voted in the affirmative. I thank you for that. But I'm here to speak about a man named Keith Golden, a man who saved my life one time. The many you don't even know about it, but he did, and I'm thankful for him very much. Had to go to the hospital, but Keith Golden stepped in and did what he had to do. And I want to say, I don't know about these investigations, but I'm going to, as it relates to me, 20 years ago, unfounded. The last thing the court did was reverse it, and everybody knows that. But as far as Keith Golden is concerned, with all these investigations, I'm going to leave you with the words of a famed attorney from a city that I'm from, Los Angeles. He said in a trial, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Madam Chair, the last speaker is Doretta Polk.
Good evening. My name is Doretta Park, and I'm a citizen of Riviera Beach. And I just want to honor a notation concerning Bishop Masters. Many, many years ago, my family on my husband's side, they had several funerals at New Macedonia. They had no money, and he let them have the funeral at New Macedonia, and he didn't ask for any money. These are some of the things that I know of that he has done. I know personally that he has done. And on that note, I wanted to talk about congratulations to our very own Mrs. Deborah Hall. Congratulations. Thank you. Much deserving. And also another thing concerning, on a lighter note, Mrs. Davis Perneri. I hope I'm Councilwoman. I hope I'm pronouncing it.
Yeah, just address all of us.
Oh, I'm sorry. You did a good job. We had in October, we had at the Brooks Center, we celebrated breast cancer awareness, and it was awesome event. And I want to thank you for that. And I want to thank also Mrs. Councilwoman Kashamba Miller Anderson, and also the mayor for creating this youth council development. That is one awesome event. And it cultivates our children to be better citizens, to also be maybe mayor, councilwoman, or councilman, the city attorney, also city manager. It helps them, motivates them, and I thank you for developing that event. Wonderful things are going on in the city of Riviera Beach with the library, And these people who got those awards were so deserving. They're phenomenal employees of the city. And we have the Supremes coming up on Tuesday the 9th. So if you all want to come out.
Hold on one second, Ms. Paul. People, we have someone at the podium speaking, and we cannot have people in the audience speaking as well. If you'd like to speak with your neighbor, please step outside in the hallway so that you can do that, so we can have our speaker to continue, please. Please close the door. Thank you. I'm sorry, Ms. Paul. Go ahead.
No problem. And Chair Lanier, can I have a couple of seconds back on the screen,
They-
please?
Just go ahead.
Please. No, it was like 10
No,
seconds.
no, I know.
Oh, okay.
I know,
All right,
I
no
know. Go
problem.
ahead. Yes, ma'am.
And we got Mr. Brody, Mr. Snowy, Mr. Sherman, and all the other people who were awarded, much deserving. We have a phenomenal people working here, phenomenal. And you all, I know, sitting up on that dais, it's not easy. I'm sure it's not easy. But I hope that everyone had a beautiful Thanksgiving, and that's what we need to do. Just give thanks, just for life itself. Give thanks. I thank you very much.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, that is the end of general public comments.
Thank you. Yes. Let's go to our next item, Madam Clerk.
Madam Chair, we are on item 11B, resolution number 171-25, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Riviera Beach, Palm Beach County, Florida, approving the assignment of that certain ground lease, Retail Ocean Mall, originally dated December 18, 2006, as amended from Ocean Walk Owner LLC to Ocean Walk ILP, a Delaware Limited Partnership, acknowledging receipt of a certificate of accuracy, providing for conflict severability, and an effective date. Madam Chair, do we have comment cards? We do not have any comment cards on this item. The acceptance of cards is closed.
Thank you. Madam Assistant City Manager.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Resolution number 17125 will be presented by Assistant City Manager Coppin.
Thank you, Assistant City Manager.
Hold on one second, Director Coppins. Hold on one second. Let us get people out the door so that we can be able to hear you. Thank you for closing those doors. Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry, Mr. Coppins. Go ahead.
Thank you, Assistant City Manager Jacobs, Chairperson, Council. This is a lease assignment from one corporation to another for the Ocean Walk Plaza on Singer Island. The city manager assigned this to me about a month ago with the caveat that the Ocean Mall makes certain improvements. There's some folks here that are part of the new lease agreement, and they have acquiesced to a lot of the demands as far as some of the issues that need to be fixed at the Ocean Mall. Chair?
Yes, go ahead. Do we have a motion to approve this in a second?
So moved.
Second. Go ahead, Commissioner Guy.
Thank you. Assistant Manager Coppins, you mentioned that they acquiesced to the improvements that were recommended.
Yes, sir.
What were those or are those improvements?
So I've walked the property about 3 or 4 times. The issues that I saw that are pretty outstanding was dealing with the grease traps that are on the property. There were some safety issues as far as the lighting. There were birds' nests growing up in some of the lighting. Myself and the city attorney at the time, Mr. Jarlem, he walked it with me. We made a list with the maintenance people, with people from the police department, and probably outlined about 20 things that we saw that were deficiencies that either we wanted the old leaseholders to take care of or the new leaseholders in conjunction with code enforcement and the police department. A lot of the issues that we saw is just maintenance that had been neglected over time and was allowed to go on.
Okay, Madam Chair, follow up.
Yes, go ahead.
First, I would like to have a copy of that punch list of issues that they agreed to. Secondly, were they given timeframes, deadlines for each of those?
Madam Chairperson?
Yes, go ahead.
They were, I think I put a copy in front of each one of your dais. Up until today, I got a punch list for them with about 14 items. They do have some stuff that's dated. It's going to take them a while to remediate. Some stuff they can get fixed a lot faster than others. And I will keep track with code enforcement to make sure a lot of this stuff gets done, whether it's with the prior leaseholder or the new leaseholder coming on.
Okay, last question, Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
or last comment. The issues that were addressed for them to correct, what is the enforcement mechanism if they don't?
So, Madam Chairperson,
Yes, go ahead.
good question, Commissioner. Code enforcement's involved, police department's involved, and I think I'm going to also bring fire in for some of the safety issues as far as inspection. I think we're going to put together a 30-day plan where we go in there and assess every 30 days. I know there's been some issues with noise that's been brought up. We're going to address that. A lot of the issues that I see personally is just consistent maintenance. If we can hold their feet to the fire with consistent maintenance, there won't be any problem. But everybody has to be involved. The stakeholders, the prior leasee and the new leasee, they kind of are on board. They recognize the fact that that the city owns the property and that if they're going to make money, the place has to look a certain way. So I think everybody's on the same page when it comes to that.
Chair?
Are you finished?
Yes, I'm done.
Go ahead, sir.
So I think that everyone has to understand that this is the same owner. They're taking one corporation and transferring it into another corporation, I guess for liability purposes, normal in this business. These people have not been good custodians of this mall over the last few years. Sidewalks are cracked. Garbage bins are left open constantly. The lights are either out or should have been replaced years and years ago. The whole mall needs a paint job. You can see the difference just in the new owner on the Mulligans painted that building. Looks like a brand new building. This building has been nothing but a cash cow. We made a very bad deal when we did this deal, the lease originally. These are not the original lease holders, but they're benefiting from the bad deal that we made originally. We have to make sure that this doesn't happen again. I don't understand why we don't have a clause in this assignment that says the assignment is subject to A, B, C, D, E, F, G being completed within a certain time period. Otherwise, the assignment is void. That's how you do enforcement. You don't do enforcement by sending someone down to give a $25 fine for a cracked sidewalk. That's normal commercial business. That's meaningless. You know, this is a major, major operation. We have to have more teeth if we're going to get what we want out of this. As you stated, there's sound, there's noise problems. I must get at least 5 complaints a week about the music at the Two Drunken Goats on the city sidewalk, the live music. There's live music inside the restaurant and there's live music outside the restaurant. If I lived next door, I think I would be pretty upset as well. I drive by there, I hear it. I see the cracked sidewalks, I see everything there. This is not being maintained. This is poor maintenance. This is, I think, taking advantage of the city. and taking advantage of all the residents and our visitors. I would hope that this company would get the message and maybe change everything they're doing. It's been poorly maintained, but I think we have to have more teeth. I think that this lease has to be subject to all of these items being corrected. Otherwise, this assignment is void. That's the only authority and power that we have right now. Once we sign this, it's over. You can stand on your head and give all the violations you want. That's not going to make these things be corrected.
Madam Chairperson?
Just hold 1 second. Let
Yes,
me also echo those sentiments. This deal was the worst deal ever in terms of how the city negotiated this. I think that this needs more teeth to it. And I understand that, the deal is what it is, but we can add some teeth to it to make sure that the property itself is presentable to the public. Because a lot of times that is what really the issue is, grease traps and all kinds of things that are happening and not being fixed in a timely manner. So I think that a lot of those things need to be put into this agreement, including what happens if it does not happen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Any other questions about this?
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead, sir.
I don't know whether this is the time or how to do this, but I think we should table this item and bring it back after we put some teeth into this agreement.
I don't have a problem with that.
I don't have a problem with that either.
I don't have a problem with that at all. Get a motion to table this item. Is that how it works, Madam Attorney?
You can postpone it to another time. If you table it, then you're gonna have to take it off the table. You can postpone it to the next meeting. I don't know what the purpose, is it for them to complete the punch list items? Because out of the 11 that they have left, they only have 3 left to complete.
The next council meeting is on the 17th, but I would feel more comfortable in the January meeting. So that this can at least be one-on-one with each of the council people to see what the teeth look like.
I will also tell you that according to the original contract, the assignment, unless there are some extenuating circumstances, which we don't believe this to be, the assignment has to occur. We can't unreasonably withhold assigning the contract. And if, as Dr. Spirit has stated, if it's the same company, if you don't approve the assignment, then it just stays with them. They still have to complete the items.
Right, and we understand that. We know that
Okay.
it has to happen. We just want to have a little bit more teeth to it to make sure that the company, same company, but that the city means business in regards to keeping that property up to date. And I think that we can get that taken care of by our January meeting. Are there any objections to bringing this back to our January meeting?
Chair?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't think we're being unreasonable in
I don't
asking for the assignment to have more teeth in it, so we can get what we need. I mean, I understand that we can't withhold the assignment unreasonably, but I don't think that this is unreasonable to ask for code violations and other things to be repaired within a certain time period. I don't think any court would say that that's unreasonable.
I agree that it's not unreasonable. Is there any objections to bringing this back for our January meeting? The first.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair,
Hold on 1 second, Mayor. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask, was this inspection just on the outside of the building or inside as well? Or, and if it was inside, who else was a part of that team that did that inspection?
Madam Chairperson?
Yes, go ahead.
It was a outside inspection that was done by myself, the contracted city attorney at the time, a gentleman named Richard Jarolem. It was also the prior leaseholder. It was police, and it was their maintenance crew. And we walked around the building, took pictures, and annotated a bunch of things that we saw that we felt needed to be corrected.
Oh, and so the inside is not, it's not necessary for us to look at the inside. Okay, you're shaking your head, no.
Yes, Bruce Lewis,
representative for Ocean Walk LLC. I'd just like to make a few corrections.
Sir,
Um,
you're representative for whom? Ocean Walk for
Ocean
the
Walk,
city or Ocean Walk for Ocean Walk?
Ocean Walk LLC.
For the company,
Yes, the current leaseor.
the current lease owner.
Yes.
Okay,
Uh,
you need to go to the podium, sir.
oh, I can do that.
This is for staff. That's what confused me. I thought you were part of the staff. Mhm. Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
You're welcome. So a couple of things that we want to make sure that's clarified. The current leaseor who I represent has
Sorry, could you repeat your name for the record? I'm sorry.
Bruce Lewis,
Bruce Lewis. Go ahead.
Business Development Representative for Ocean Walk, um, Related Group, and BH Group. So those parties are a part of this current lease situation. And we have found someone who is desirous to take over, who is in a better position to maintain the property much better than we, must admit that. But in a spirit of cooperation with the city and all the departments, the willing and able participant who wants to take over the lease has agreed to do a lot of the things that are left to be done. But of the 11 um, kind of a checklist that you have, punch list, as uh, Councilman Guyton referred it to as, 8 of those are complete and in short order.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. So it's not the same owner. I'm getting mixed
No, it is
messages
not
here.
the same company. We're looking for consent for the lease to be transferred to the new
To
company.
somebody else other than who has it now.
Yes, and in
Okay.
order to do that, we need the consent so that we can move forward, continue with the maintenance, continue with the 2 things that are left. Really, it's 1 item that's left, number 2, and then there's A and B there, if you can see on that sheet, that punch list I gave you. So what we're really looking to do is to move forward with this so that the transfer of the lease can be done, the new management company that's most suitable to take care of the property and provide a maintenance schedule that's amenable to the city and code enforcement to make sure that these things are completed. That's what we're really trying to do here. And I can repeat to you that 8 of the 11 things are done. There are minor things that need to be done. One requires an estimate, and which we've gotten, and so that time for that to happen, those repairs to happen, are underway. So the estimate is done. We accept the estimate. Now that work needs to commence.
Right. Thank you so much for that, sir.
Yes.
Is there any objection? I'm sorry, Mayor. Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And that was my question, because it seemed like there was some confusion in regards to the owner and the leasee that was going to be taken over, because I'm not sure if it was staff or a colleague mentioned it was the same owner, but if this is a different owner, is this going to be a part of the actual lease terms? And I don't think we can add on a punch list or additional caveats to the original lease. The assignment is a requirement, but based upon the terms of the lease, we have to allow for the assignment. They've, in kind, decided to allow for us to address these punch lists, and I would like for it to be done before the assignment. But if it's not going to be assigned to the lease, we can't withhold this one. I don't think there's any issue with the board waiting on this item, but ultimately assigning it is not based upon them making these corrections. And in good faith, I appreciate them addressing the 8 of the 11. But if it's a new owner, we need to work with the new owner in regards to making sure the items are properly addressed through code compliance of the staff and not delay the assignment, especially with it being a new owner.
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead,
And,
sir.
and there was a follow-up. And also, I'm sorry, Madam Chair, if I could just finish, I apologize for that.
Go ahead.
It was a question for Attorney Smith. Is the assignment of this lease, are we adding this caveat or amendment to the lease for this punch list, or is this just in good faith a request of the owners of the property?
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
we are not adding it.
Okay, so yeah, in good faith, yes, we can delay it, we don't have to move forward, but to be legally compliant, and I agree with my colleagues, I have to echo what my colleague said, this was a poor decision at the time, and we have to be sound when it comes to fiscal responsibility, but just to be clear with the public and all residents listening, this was done back in, I believe, 2006, or years ago, I'm not even sure the exact date, but this wasn't the board, so we're trying to, take care of the direction, the decision of what board made to establish Ocean Mall. We weren't on the board at the time, so whatever the decision to build and to establish this Ocean Mall and why they did it, that's the decision the board made at the time. We, as this board, probably wouldn't have made the same decision, but to hold them compliant and in order of making sure they're addressing the concerns of code compliance with the new owner, as Mr. Bruce Lewis has recommended, allowing the new owner to take heed in management and operations to oversee the property.
And Madam Chair, may I add something there that will help?
Hold on 1 second, Mr.
Sure.
Lewis. Go ahead, Dr. Spears.
Okay, so I understand what the mayor is saying, but I still don't believe that it's unreasonable for us to ask for code violations and other upgrades that should have been maintained or should have been done to this property a long time ago to be included and to be subject to the assignment. I don't think that that's unreasonable to add that into the agreement. We're not postponing this for a year. We're looking for a short term in order to amend the assignment to make sure that we don't have to depend upon our code enforcement officers to give a $25 fine on a multi-million-dollar assignment. No one's going to care about their $25 fine or their $100 fine, but they will care about their assignment. So I think that we have to somehow put some teeth in here. I'm not interested in going into who the principals are, whether one $200 corporation is changed to another $200 corporation. That's meaningless right now. I understand business and liability and why people change from one corporation to another. But I do understand what the situation is at that mall when you go down there right now and what you look at and what you see and the first impression that people that are staying in the hotels who go there, the people who live on the island, the people who live on the mainland, go there all the time for meals, and it's not a pleasant situation. I was there when they first built the mall, and you can see the age now, and it's lack of maintenance. That's really what over the years, and we just have to make sure that that doesn't continue. And the only thing that we have right now is the assignment of this lease, and I don't think we're being unreasonable to ask for these things to be included within a certain time period in the assignment. I don't think that's unreasonable.
Okay, so do we have any objections from the board in regards to the June 14th, July 14th, January 14th meeting to bring this item back?
17th, not December 17th, in 2 weeks?
It's January.
It'll be January 21st, Madam Chair.
It'll be January what?
21st.
January 23rd. So are we not having a first Wednesday meet? No? Okay, so it'll be January 23rd. This item will be postponed to January 23rd.
Madam Chair, it's January 21st. It's the 21st.
January the 21st, because we're not having one on the 7th, is that correct?
That's correct.
That's right.
Okay. So that'd be January 21st, 2026. This item will come back to the council after each member has had the conversation with the ACM in regards to this item. Madam Clerk, can you poll? I mean, can you do what you need to do?
We had a motion by Councilperson Spiritus. Just need a second.
Right. So you want me to withdraw the motion? I'll withdraw the motion with the expectation that this will be brought back to the board. It'll be postponed until January 21st.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Councilperson Davis Panier,
Yes.
Councilperson Guyton,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson.
Yes.
Councilperson Spiritus.
Yes.
Chairperson Lanier.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
Thank you. Next item?
The next item is item 11C. Resolution number 177-25, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Riviera Beach, Palm Beach County, Florida, authorizing issuance of holiday appreciation gift cards for all city employees in recognition of their, dedicated service, providing for the distribution of $300 gift cards to full-time employees and $150 gift cards to part-time employees, authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to make payments from the appropriate budgeted funds, and providing an effective date. Madam Chair, we don't have any public comment cards on this item. The acceptance of the cards is closed.
So moved.
Second.
Madam ACM.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Resolution number 17725 will be presented by the Director of Human Resources and Risk Management, Mrs. DeCoste.
Thank you. Hello, Honorable Mayor, Madam Chair, and councilpersons. Tennille DeCoste, Director of Human Resources, and I'm here to present issuance of holiday appreciation gift cards to all employees for all the hard work they have done for the city and our residents. And just to give you some background, last year staff presented to the board to have off on Christmas Eve. This year we can't afford to do that. So instead of not focusing on and telling the employees that we appreciate you, but you can't have Christmas Eve off, we thought it would be a great idea to present them with a $300 gift card to full-time employees and $150 to part-time employees. The total cost is $196,000. It is budgeted and it will be paid out of each department salary line.
I do have one problem. The part-time employees should get the same thing. To break it up because they're part-time doesn't make any sense to me. So how many part-time employees do we have?
Madam Chair,
Yes,
we
ma'am.
have 47 part-time employees.
That's not a stretch. So I would definitely want to have all of them getting the same amount of money.
Yes, ma'am.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
I do agree with you, and I'm ready to put a motion on the floor.
Very good. There's a motion that has been seconded.
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Okay, so my question is, what are the other municipalities doing?
So I did send out an email. They're either closing, they're not giving gift cards, and I believe there was one city, I think it was Lake Worth, I can't remember. I think they're doing $75. But majority of the other municipalities aren't doing anything. But, Riviera is special and we care about our employees, and it's important to show, that we want to thank you for all the hard work. And because we're not getting the day off like we did last year, let's give them that extra push, especially, we have a lot of, especially the blue collar employees, they're struggling. The cost of living is going up, so why not give them a gift card to show, thank you for all the hard work you've done throughout this whole year. You pushed this city forward.
Madam Chair. Are there other municipalities that are having Christmas Eve off?
Some are, not all.
Okay.
Some are following up. So the governor gave state employees additional days off. So the HR team municipalities throughout Palm Beach, there was a string of emails, and some are closing, some are not closing, and some are not doing anything with gift cards or anything.
Madam Chair?
All right, go ahead, finish up.
Okay, so isn't this normally something that's negotiated in the contract? When we do contract negotiations, whether you have Christmas Eve off or you don't have Christmas Eve off?
Through the chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, for the union employees, we negotiate it, but there are times if we close for an additional holiday, we're not going to ignore the union. It's just a simple phone call saying, hey, the board has approved Christmas Eve off. Can we have that additional day off? The union's not going to fight against additional day off, but of course, the cost of backfilling that day off because to cover public safety like police and fire and utilities and so forth, that doesn't shut down. And that's why we can't do it this year, because it's extremely costly last year.
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
So I agree with my colleagues. If we're going to do, I don't agree that this should have been done. I think this is the wrong thing to do. If we want to help the employees, that should have been negotiated in the contract. We should have done that contractually. We should have said, yes, we're going to give you either that day off or we're going to give you $100 or $300. That should have been negotiated contractually. It shouldn't come before the city council at the last minute asking us whether we want to give pay to our employees to thank them. You kind of put us on the spot. You put the city council against the employees here. Please don't do that again. This is the second time you've done this. We asked you not to do this before, and you did this now a second time. I'm not really happy with that. I think that's wrong. But if we're going to do this, certainly you have to treat the part-time employees the same as you do the full-time employees. They work the same day. You know, it doesn't make a difference whether they're part-time or full-time. A day is a day. Day's pay is a day's pay.
Through the chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you for that, Dr. Spiritus. I hear you loud and clear. It's the first time I'm bringing this forward. When I get a directive from my city manager to bring something forth. So I'm sorry you feel like this is my second time and I don't listen, but I do. And again, with negotiations, if we have a contract that's already negotiated and the city decides to close, we can't go backwards and renegotiate that contract. So there are going to be times that a negotiations closed, just like last year when we gave off Christmas Eve, all contracts were closed. So I understand what you're saying, but I just want the understanding that this was not to disrespect the board. This was not to put you on the spot. It's just we could not afford to close like we did last year.
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I understand that. You know, I voted for a 15% raise for our employees. I understand that, and I feel for the employees, and I support the employees 100%. But there's a proper way of doing things and not a proper way of doing things. This is not the proper way to do it, in my opinion. This was wrong. I think it should be part of negotiations. It should be done well in advance, not a last-minute item. Other municipalities, North Palm Beach, by the way, is giving us $75.
North Palm Beach, thank you.
Right, that's North Palm Beach. And I did a little checking, and I think that we should always check with other municipalities so that we are consistent across the board, and our employees don't say we're treating them different than other employees. You know, it's important that we have that comparison when we make these decisions. How much is this going to cost us? You know, when we do a budget, just to go back, I don't want you to understand that I'm not picking on you personally. It's the system.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's not you personally. You just happen to be the person sitting there right now. But I mean to go after you personally.
Understood.
I'm just talking about what we did, the way the process came about. I don't agree with it. But I do support the employees, obviously, because I support every raise that we go with, and I think they deserve it, and they do a great job. I just think that what we're doing is being done in the wrong way. What would it cost us? Have you figured it out if we gave the part-time employees the money? What would it all add up to?
Through the chair?
Yes, go ahead.
So currently it's 196,000. If the part-times get 300, it goes up to 204,000. So it's about an $8,000 difference.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Chair.
Madam
Chair.
Okay.
Commissioner Miller Anderson.
I totally understand and agree with what Dr. Spiritus is saying. This happens every single year. It wasn't just last year, it wasn't the year before. I mean, this is every year, and if this is something that we want to do, we need to have this conversation during budgeting, right? Because again, it is putting us on the spot. So we vote no, and then what? You know, so, and that's kind of how I felt about the, even though we didn't vote on it, with the Palm Beach Lakes check. I mean, what are you gonna say, no? I mean, you can, but just let's have this conversation ahead of time so that we don't have to feel like we have to say yes. We've given a lot of increases, and believe me, I understand everybody's hurting, everybody's struggling. I get that. But we have to, stop doing this emotional stuff and deciding to, oh, let's give this, let's give that. And then people look at us like, okay, well, what's going on with my water? Even though I know it has nothing, they're not the same budget. I get that, but people don't understand that. So we have to make sure that if we want to do things like this, let's talk about it during budgeting, because it's going to be something else in a couple months. Let's do this. And we just can't keep throwing money out there like that. It just is not. It's not a good look. It really isn't. I mean, I will certainly vote for it, but I don't want to be feeling like I'm being pressed to say yes when I don't agree with how we're bringing it forward. If we're going to do it, let's talk about it during budgeting. That's the only, my only thing about it. Let's just talk about it and decide at that time, because where we're taking it from, we're taking it from salaries of vacant positions. Is that what it is?
Through the chair.
That's what
So when staff spoke with finance, the CFO advised that it's already budgeted in salaries line. He's going to charge every department out of the salaries lines, which is already allocated in their budget. That's how it was explained to me. And unfortunately, he's not here. I don't know if Nydia.
Can you explain that? Because I mean, is it coming from vacant positions? I mean, if salary, it should be money just sitting there. Unless it is a vacant position. You can go right there. You don't have to walk all the way.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Nydia Reynolds. The gift card purchase will be coming from each department salary budgeted line, because essentially we'll have to run the gift card $300 disbursement through each person's paycheck.
So they're going to be deducted? It's not going to be 300.
No.
Oh.
Well, the taxes will have to apply the $300 as a non-cash transaction, which the employees will have to pay federal income tax and FICA.
Okay. So again, the $300 is coming from where? Out of salaries?
The salaries line for each department.
I still don't. Oh, is it me? Because I don't understand where is it vacant positions that's causing extra money to be there in the salaries line?
It's not extra money.
Okay.
It's just the gift card purchase will be absorbed in the salary line item that's budgeted for.
I still don't get it.
They're running it through the salary line.
Madam Chair?
Where's the money coming from?
So I just want to make this.
Hold on 1 second.
Maybe I'm not comprehending at all.
Okay. All right, so you finished?
I guess.
All right, Commissioner.
So you just brought up a
Oh,
very.
that's right, I'm sorry. She was
Because I won't be long. I just wanted to say, yeah, when I saw the numbers, when I saw the 300, you can imagine my surprise to my colleague Miller, because at the school district we might get some cookies. So for a $300 gift card, I was a little taken.
Let's be clear on that.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so
You
that's-
might get
yeah,
a cookie. So
nothing.
the $300 did take me back until I asked what the cost was for last year's gift, which was the day off. And can you give me those two, the difference between two figures? Because that's the only thing that made me,
Through the chair.
consider it.
Let's go ahead.
It was almost 500,000. It was 400 and something thousand to close the city for that day.
Okay, and now we're looking at this year, 200,000.
Through the chair.
Yes.
204,000.
204,000. So that's the only reason, because I guess y'all do this, y'all do big stuff in Riviera Beach for the holidays. So, I mean, I figured it was half of the cost, so that's the reason why I felt like I would support it.
So, with that being said, Commissioner Spears.
So I understand what my colleague is saying, but I'm just saying that it should have been gone through a different process. It should have been negotiated in the contract. That's why we have contract negotiations. And it should have been done at that time, and it should have been brought up at the budget meeting. If we didn't do that, as my other colleague said, I mean, it's very important that we have this information ahead of time, not last minute and be put on the spot. That's the wrong way of doing things. And then I want, what you're making us understand is that when we're being given the budget, we're not being told the truth. Obviously, we over budgeted for salaries.
Through the chair.
If you're telling me we have this money in the lines, in the salary lines in each department, that means that we put more money in there than what we really needed. You understand that we've budgeted, we bonded, probably over 100 million, well over $100 million, and we have a $400 million water plant coming. We're gonna have to pay for this. We're not gonna be able to be giving money away left and right. The taxpayers won't stand for it. they're going to see significant increases in their taxes in the next few years. You know, we can spend the money. It's real easy to spend the money. It's another deal when you have to pay for it. And the taxpayers are going to have to start paying for it. And it may seem insignificant, you know, when you sit there and you say $300, no big deal. We have people that can't pay their water bill. They can't pay $75. We heard people up here tonight saying that they can't pay a $50 code violation, and they're going to get liens on their houses. This is what's important to the people who live in this city. They pay the bills, not us. And we have to understand that.
Yes, I am.
All right, very good. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, let's go.
Councilperson Davis Penier. Yes. Councilperson Guyton.
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson.
Yes.
Councilperson Spiritus.
Yes.
Chairperson Lanier.
Yes.
That's a unanimous vote.
Next item.
Madam Chair, we are on item 11D, which is Resolution 175-25, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Riviera Beach, Palm Beach County, Florida, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute an agreement between the City of Riviera Beach and Pittman Law Group, PL, to provide lobbyist representation at the state level on behalf of the City of Riviera Beach. Compensation shall be $6,666.66 per month for the period of January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2028, with 2 one-year renewal options, authorizing the chief financial officer to make payment for such services and providing an effective date. Madam Chair, there are no comment cards for this item. The acceptance of cards are closed.
Madam Assistant City Attorney, Assistant City Manager.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Resolution number 17525 concerning our state lobbyist contract will be presented by Mrs. Ammons.
Ms. Ammons.
Good evening, council. My name is Latanya Ammons, Director of Procurement for the City of Riviera Beach. I come before you seeking approval for Resolution 175-25, which is the award of a contract to the Pittman Law Group to provide state lobbying services for the City of Riviera Beach for an initial term of 3 years with 2 one-year contract renewals. There was only one bid submitted in response to the RFP, and that was the Pittman Law Group. They were fully responsive and responsible.
Any questions in regards to the state lobbyist contract? Madam Clerk?
Councilperson Davis Penier.
Yes.
Councilperson Guyton.
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson.
Yes.
Councilperson Spiritus.
Yes.
Chairperson Lanier.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
Next item.
Madam Chair, we are now under discussion and deliberation. Item 12A, Jamaica Relief Efforts Concert.
Assistant City Manager.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This particular item, 12A, is entitled Jamaica Relief Efforts Concert. There are representatives here from the particular organization that is soliciting the city's support for this particular event. Also, Mayor Lawson, it's my understanding, will be making a presentation along with those particular representatives. And our special events manager is here in the event that you have any questions concerning special events process.
Madam Chair?
I'm sorry, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. And I appreciate it. Thank you, City Manager Jacobs. It's not a presentation, it's more of a request of the council to support moving forward with the authorization to do a special event in the city. There's a certain policy that we have when it comes to special events, and they require a 60-day notice when it's a city event hosted by any of the council members of the mayor's office. And my goal today was to get the support because of the dire needs that's happening in Jamaica to host an event at an earlier date. The original date we pushed back because we hadn't had enough time to at least, broach the council when it comes to cost, operations, and logistics. So I wanted to make sure that the council had all of the information as regards to the cost, the details, the time frame, so that we could host this event here in the city. This is a international event to support a country that's in dire need. And I do have some speakers here that actually have visited the country recently, just to talk a little bit, hopefully, about their experiences and the fundraising that we're doing. The board recently approved allowing for us to accept funds and support on behalf of the city. And we currently have a QR code that will accept donations to help with the island of Jamaica and the support and the relief that they're having from individuals from across the world that will be donating. So, Miss Jacobs, if you can have either the speakers present, and then also, I believe Miss Aladia will be able to answer any questions in regards to cost for the actual event. This is going to be a typical city-sponsored event, and hopefully we can move forward. There's not going to be a large fiscal impact to the board because the organizers will be covering majority of the cost outside of facilities and police and fire. So that's where I want to make sure that we're able to address that tonight and see if I can get the support of the board to move forward with the event, which is scheduled for December 14th. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, so the presentation is going to include what?
So, Madam Chair, the representatives are here. They're up front. They are the primary coordinators for this particular relief event. If you would introduce yourselves and give a brief description of your ask of the city.
Yes, come. And all attendees, my name is Joanna Robinson. I'm the event director for the Jamaica Hearts for Jamaica event, relief event. We're here to get the support of Riviera Beach. Jamaica is in a state, I am Jamaican, my colleagues are Jamaican, and we just want to get the support of Riviera Beach to bring this international concert to Riviera Beach. I feel that the need is here. My heart is with Riviera Beach, and I feel that with your support to bring this event to the forefront, to help the families, there's thousands of people that lost everything. And we come together with your help to make sure that we can provide the essentials that Jamaica needs at this time. And that's why we're here. We're looking for that support.
Okay.
Good evening, guys. Thank you for having us. Piggybacking on what my colleague said, we need your support to do this event for Jamaica. I personally went to Jamaica a week ago with some stuff to distribute, and it was not enough. Whatever we're seeing on TV, guys, CNN or whatever, it's just much more devastated than what the clip that we're seeing. I've never seen our people, Jamaican people, live like the way they're living right now. Most people don't have roofs. They don't, have food to eat. So it cannot be too much. So our event is to give back 100%. We're not charging anything for the entrance fee. We're asking them to bring non-perishable food. We're gonna have food for the poor, who is partnership with us. We're gonna have a truck on standby to collect. We're gonna have a QR code just posted to ask people to give whatever they can give. That donation will be given straight to the city of Riviera, and then they're gonna turn that whatever they get from that QR code to the food for the poor. So 100% of the money and the goods will be going to Jamaica. And we're gonna be going down there to watch the distribution in the different cities or towns. So we ask you for your help as much as you can give, whatever you can give, and that's why we're here tonight. Just not for ourselves, we're asking for our people in Jamaica. Thank you.
Okay.
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. And I do have our Chief of Staff as well. He's available. He just actually returned from Jamaica as well, and he met with some organizers down there and some leadership in Jamaica. Mr. Eric Range, he can actually just give an update on his conversations as well, a brief one as well.
Madam Chair,
I think that we need to hear from Ms. Franks about the cost of what this looks like for the city.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Good evening, good evening.
Good evening.
A lady of Frank Special Events Manager. I've worked closely along with our Special Events Committee and along with the Heart for Jamaica Committee. We've expedited the special events process. In the last couple of days, we've received the applications, we've done walkthroughs, we've had meetings, and we understand this is a worthy cause. So the costs that were provided, they're requesting the city assistance $30,000. The support will help cover unavoidable production and operational expenses essential for safely hosting a large-scale public event. That will include sound, stage, lighting, backline, hotel accommodations, artists, local transportation, infrastructure, logistics for a safe, organized event. In addition to police services, and the police services will be for 10 officers, 2 supervisors, $12,906.72. The fire department, not $1,960. Parks and Recreation for the 2-day setup, $3,790. Public Works at this time, their cost remains pending, based on traffic and the MOT plan. Right now, the cost is $48,236.72. Thank
What was
you.
that total again?
$48,236.72.
Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
So a special event sponsorship form was submitted?
Yes.
When was that done?
On right before, I think it's the 17th of November or the 13th, November 13th.
And so what's the process once that's done?
We have to present it to the board. The committee meets and we try. The circumstances is we're expediting everything, Councilmember Miller Anderson. So the process will be to meet with the committee to get all logistics, to find out exactly this event will be about 3,500 to 5,000 people. So we have to make sure safety, the logistics, the parking plan, and everything. And the event is December 14th. So we've been working closely to get everything approved to present to the council.
So where does this money come from?
I'm sorry.
If we sponsor that full amount, where does the money come from? Anybody? Is that finance?
I'm not sure.
Or are we supposed to say where it comes from?
The finance answer that question.
So, Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
a lady had delineated the cost of the various departments as well as the additional monies that were requested. All of it would come from general revenue dollars.
Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, my heart goes out to the people in Jamaica. I have friends that live there that were impacted by this. I have no problem, making out my own check and helping these people, which I've done. My problem is using taxpayer dollars for something that's not in the city of Riviera Beach. We have plenty of people in the city of Riviera Beach that need money to eat. They need money to fix their homes. They work here, they live here, they play here. People pay their taxes here. I don't understand how we can take $50,000 of the taxpayers' money and go and spend it outside the city when we have that same need right here in our own city. I think the priority's got to be the people who live in Riviera Beach. And like I said, my heart goes out. I myself, my home was destroyed by Hurricane Sandy. So I understand what a hurricane can do. I saw my neighbors, out of their homes for years. I understand the devastation, but I don't see how it's the responsibility of the city of Riviera Beach to use its tax dollars outside the city. Those monies are supposed to be used to help the city. And I just don't see, I think we have a fiduciary responsibility to our own taxpayers. If you say you want to use the event center, I have no problem with that. You say you want our police officers while they're on duty to work the event, I have no problem. But when you're asking us to pay $30,000 for hotels and other things like that, I think that's unconscionable. I just can't accept that personally. I just can't accept that.
Madam Chair?
Go ahead, sir.
I hear my colleague and the concerns that were addressed, but to address the issues of this being out of the city, this is not out of the city. This is an event that's being hosted in the city using local vendors and local participation. It's going to be open to all residents, and it's a free event. We spent $230,000 on our 4th of July event for a community event, an organization, and that was just to provide good resources and fund for our residents. This is to do a fundraiser that we're looking to raise close to $1 million with international support, which is also going to be patronized by our local residents. They're all welcome and invited to the event, and this is going to be fundraising. So it's not to go out of the city, just to be clear. It's to actually just keep it in the community, to host it in the community, and to bring recognition to our city from all over the world. Also, we allocated $500,000 to our special events department. So I know we talked about general fund, but what is the clear direction with special events and special events permitting process? What we're asking tonight is to expedite the process and to ask for support from the board to support it, because if a special event is presented, this is where the board would then decide on if they can support an event that's in the community, that's going to benefit the community, and also it's for a good cause. So we'll have local vendors, it's a free event, and it's actually for the community, but it's going to be a fundraiser that actually raises money, and the money's not going out of the community. Just to clarify what Dr. Spear said.
And can I add to that, Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
This is Eric Range, Chief of Staff for the mayor as well. I just want to echo what the mayor just said. Again, this is a concert that will be for Riviera Beach and other county residents to be able to attend for free in efforts to raise money for Jamaica. But I would like to also be very, very clear that we're under no illusions that the event is going to raise a significant amount of money to really support Jamaica in the way that they need to. I was just there on the ground in Jamaica myself, and I met with the executive director of the National Healthcare Enhancement Foundation, and together with his office and through the mayor, we are going to be looking to lobby our State Department to be able to utilize the resources that the State Department has already set aside, $24 million to aid in the relief of Hurricane Melissa. And we're going to be helping to try to usher some of those resources to repair hospitals and clinics across the region. 5 regions were severely damaged, and about 50 clinics need to be rebuilt. This concert isn't going to be, able to generate the resources for that. This is a benefit. We have a significant Caribbean residents here in our community who want to support. This is an opportunity to bring international artists to our city for the benefit of a concert for our residents that will also aid in the support of Jamaica. But again, this is something that our residents are going to directly be impacted by.
Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
So I heard a couple of things, because that was one of my questions, was if we're investing about 50,000, how much are we looking to raise? And I heard the mayor say $1 million. And
yes,
and that's based on what? Because we're inviting people for free. We're going to have a QR code. So I'm trying to understand where you get that number, and then I have a follow-up.
Okay. Mayor?
Thank you, Madam Chair. And that is actually the number that we spoke with the organizers and different artists from across the country. I've had individuals from California, Jamaica, New York, Canada that are all want to participate. This is going to be streamed live as well, so we're going to be doing a fundraiser at the time, and all the funds will be going directly through the city coffers, through the finance department that set it up, and this board will then disseminate it to the local nonprofits. So that was based upon the conversations with the organizers and based upon the dollars that we're looking to raise for this concert.
Okay.
So we have contributions from different artists and local vendors and also international vendors and businesses so far, but we wanted to make sure that we could host the event to showcase the need that Riviera Beach is taking the lead on the grounds on supporting. And to answer Dr. Spiritus as well in regards to the needs of the community, this is also going to benefit the impact of the local community, because you're bringing people from across the county, state into the community that will actually patronize our community, and we're going to be utilizing the local vendors to actually provide the services for the guests that'll be there.
Okay, well, I was following up. Well, you can, okay, so I guess that was one of the main reasons why I was asking, because if you're not charging for people to come. I'm trying to understand how that money is going to get, that amount will be raised. And then because the truth of the matter is, as far as donations, we can accept donations for free without having an event. We could just have a small event and collect the things that the people may need. So I'm just trying to, figure out what, which ways are we going to be able to support them financially? Are we spending money, and how much we look to actually be able to provide to Jamaica? I think it's very important. Not totally against it at all, but I'm just trying to figure out where we're getting numbers from and what impact we actually can guarantee that we will make by having this. And then my question is, if we don't fund the entire $40,000, will this be able to happen? Or is it just, if you don't have us, it can't happen? Because like we said, we talked about being able to maybe provide the space and some security support, but some of the other numbers with hotel and booking, because when I first heard about it, I thought everything was free. We were just going to be hosting it in our city. Now there's a price tag on it. So,
Okay, if I may speak, Council?
Yes, go ahead.
Sure. So basically, the event is a free event. We are asking, we can't call them patrons because we're not collecting money, but we're asking for them to come in, each person bring one big bag of non-essential items, which will go into the truck or the bin, which Food for the Poor has partnered with us. But this event, the cost of the stage, the cost of not necessarily hotels, but flights. We're now trying to partner with a hotel to give us some rooms, but we do have expenses, which has to do with the stage. Now, you asked a question, will we be able to do the event if we don't get the funding? We want to have the event. We want to do the event, and we're asking for the space to have the event. And we would love to, whatever you are able to help us with is where we're at. We did have to put a budget together. Again, this is not about a live entertainment fun for all show. We brought some international artists on board to give their time for free. Artists that cost, a good amount of money.
Yes.
So we're here to do whatever we can do.
Yes, thank you so much for
Real
that.
quick, Madam Chair.
Hold on one second. For my say so, I am willing to, provide the venue, meaning the space, the security that it entails, but anything past that, I would be hard pressed to be able to pay for. Now, that is expensive. The security, fire, police, having the venue itself, those things are very expensive. So for me, I'm willing to do that, but I can't go any further than that, given the fact that we have residents in this city who need money as well.
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, and I appreciate, thank you for that, Madam Chair. That was the original request and ask, and there is a large price tag, and I understand the needs, and my heart, of course, is with Riviera Beach priority. We want to be a support and a good steward to the taxpayers' dollars and providing the resources for the venue, police and fire to cover that, just to make sure that we can get this done. We've done more events in our community where we have a substantial amount, and we don't want to make sure that we're not being fiscally responsible. This will be a great event. It's going to bring a great spotlight to the community. But if we can't get the support of the board to what we typically would do, host an event to cover the basic costs for the event as a city-sponsored event, with the police, with the fire, with the venue, with the staff, and then allow for us to see what other vendors want to contribute. Dr. Spiritus already contributed and said he'd be willing to cut his own personal check, so I appreciate that, Dr. Spiritus. But honestly, with anyone that would want to contribute to help getting this done, I think the need is to bring a good spotlight and a great image for the city of Riviera Beach, and to get support over to this country. That we have 10% of our residents in Riviera Beach, almost 4,000 residents, literally are from Jamaica and have Jamaican descent. So they were directly impacted, not to mention the 21% of residents that are from Caribbean that were impacted also by the storm. So what is the max that we can get from this board to support this event? And I think the biggest concern tonight is to really support the process, because as Ms. Franks mentioned, it is a 60-day process. So we have to make sure that we get it done as quickly as possible because of the dire needs to get this done. And that's what we're asking for tonight from the board.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
so I would like to ask, what are they, what is this group able to contribute or find sponsorship? You're asking what we're willing to do. What are they willing to do? What kind of financial backing are they getting? Their businesses, Caribbean businesses all over this county that can donate, do sponsorships at small level, $1,000. If you ask for 40,000, that's 40 businesses. So what are you willing to do, or what have you done to secure funding outside of reaching out? And did we initiate the contact with you all to do this concert here, or did you all initiate contact with us?
We initiated
go ahead.
contact. We initiated contact.
Okay.
So we are doing on our end promotions, marketing. We are doing sponsorships our own selves between Mr. Diaz and Mr. Smith. We're also doing our own sponsorship, as well as some of the artists are coming together to see what they can do as well. So it's a joint venture.
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
And just to piggyback, sorry, and to answer that, Councilwoman Davis Pinheiro, the artist cost as well. They're bringing in the artists to come perform and to support. The hotels and the venue cost is just normally riders. Artists are charging upwards of $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 per artist to come in, and they have a list of artists that want to come and showcase, their talents here in our community, world-renowned artists. And I think that's a great contribution and attribute to contribution to our community and to this event that would attribute what we're trying to do in Riviera Beach. So their contribution is the organization, the artists, and the process of actually bringing this event together. And if you notice that the artists alone, I think the cost of artists would be upwards of $200,000, $300,000.
Right.
I'm not
Okay,
sure.
so,
Madam Chair.
hold on one second, Dr. Spears. Ms. Franks, tell us what this looks like in terms of just the venue, the police, the security, the fire, whatever is needed for a program of this size, in terms of what is needed in terms of fire, police, staff, and the venue itself, and give us like an estimate of what that looks like.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Sure, go ahead.
You said 48,000, right?
Yeah, 48,000.
But just the
minus the 30,000, so that'll be about 20,000 almost.
About what?
20,000.
18.
18.
18,000.
But we still haven't included public works into the mix, so anywhere between 18 to 20,000 for the personnel for.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at 15K. If anybody else wanted to go, because that is reasonable in terms of the fire, the police, the venue, the staff. I think that's reasonable.
Did you add the cost of the venue?
Chair.
Go ahead.
Did I hear right? Are we expecting 75,000 people?
We can't hold that.
3,000.
How many people are you expecting at this event?
Anywhere from 3,500 to
Oh,
5,000.
3,500.
Yes, total.
Okay, I thought I heard 75,000. I said, we're gonna put 75,000 people. Okay, 3,500. So Chair, you're making a recommendation that we cap the amount to $18,000?
Yes,
I'll second that motion.
18. That is a motion that is seconded. Any discussion in regards to the 18K? Madam Clerk. Oh,
So if we're only giving the 18, is it going to happen? I mean, you're short 30,000, so where are you gonna, because if we're gonna put forth 18 and that's not enough to cover what you need, what are you going to do then?
Yes, we will more than appreciate the 18 what you can give, because we're still out here working with the sponsorship in the Caribbean community and other communities. We have artists coming from all over, Shaggy, Sean Paul, these big artists, Mr. Vegas. They, only thing they ask us to do is pick them up, put them in hotels for the night. So we're doing as much as we can do on our own. We're still waiting on a couple of people to get back to us where that is concerned.
I think that what needs to happen is that if this cannot go off without your support, then we need to know that. Because if we cap this at 18 for the police and fire and for the venue, then when is the event happening?
Well, again, we are out here doing our part, and we will do what we need to do to make
Right,
it
so
work because,
what date are we talking?
I'm sorry?
Date?
The date, the 14th, so, you know, the time is of essence.
Madam Chair,
Okay, so, all right,
do
go
we,
ahead.
do we put in the resolution 18 contingent upon?
Yes,
Yeah,
18
we need to have a
contingent upon the
contingency.
matching to make sure that the event goes off. If the event doesn't go off, then the 18 is not being spent.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you said.
That,
Madam Chair?
what we're saying is this, we're saying we can do the police to fire the venue, the 18. If you don't get the rest of it to be able to do it, then we're not gonna spend our 18. That's what we're saying.
Madam Chair.
Yes, go
If I
ahead.
may, with the 18 that you're speaking of, are you speaking of the cost for the police, the fire, public works, parks and recreation? So if the event,
We're not giving money, we're giving services, basically. But there is a price on the venue itself. There's a
Yes.
price that goes to a police officer. There's a price that goes to
Right.
an ambulance. So, yeah.
so that's the 18 that Mrs. Franks was speaking of, right? The cost for the police, the fire, public works, and parks and recs.
Yes.
Madam Chair?
Oh, I'm sorry, it
Sure.
doesn't include public works. It does not. So is that the 18 that you're speaking of?
Yes,
The internal cost?
the internal
Okay.
cost, yes.
Madam
Because,
Chair?
because even though if we have 2 police officers or 10, we gotta pay for it.
Right.
Mr.
Madam Chair?
Dr. Spears, and then you,
Okay.
Mayor.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Assistant City Manager, can you tell me what our liability is? Does our insurance cover this? An event like this, are we covered, or does the third party have to give us an insurance
They're
certificate?
required to. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, Madam Chair.
Yes,
Right. The production company, they'll be required to provide their own insurance. If they, I'm sorry. Right, they'll
the
name the
city-
city as an additional assured. If the city decides to sponsor this particular event using those city resources for police, fire, and parks and recreation, at that point in time, the city will have to kick in with regards to insuring as well.
Madam Chair,
what is that? Go ahead.
I think it's important that the third party give us an insurance certificate naming us as an additional insured.
They will.
Yes.
They will. Mhm. It is, Madam Chair, it's a part of the permitting process.
So, Madam Attorney, is that something that we will be not liable for, to make sure that we're not, the city does not be held liable for something?
Yes, that's part of the special events process all the time. So once it's approved, they'll make sure that the certificates of insurance are in place and that we're an additional insured, and then risk will assist special events with that.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I'm
Yes.
sorry, one more question
Yes,
though.
go
You know,
ahead.
I've gone through this in the past, unfortunately, where we had to set up rules and regulations. I was in a municipality that was used for events on a regular basis and almost bankrupted us. So we had to put rules and regulations in place to try and limit the number of events that we were having. You know, my concern here is that, yes, we can have an understanding, but we're not covering public works. When they leave, there's going to be a mess in the city. Who's going to clean up that mess, and who's going to pay for that? That could cost us tens of thousands of dollars, that cleanup. Are you going to be responsible to clean up everything before you leave? Is someone, you're going to have someone, you're going to hire people? I mean, you're making $1 million. There has to be a certain amount of money for running the event. Maybe it'll only be $900,000. Maybe it's going to cost you $100,000 to run this event.
Ms. Franks, what does that look like?
Could you repeat?
He's asking about the cleanup. If the 18K does not include public works in terms of cleaning up, how does that get taken care of?
Express that the city, they would like the city to do the breakdown and clean up. So we will incur that cost as well.
That 18, is it a part of that 18?
Not yet?
No, Public Works is not included. In
So-
addition, the insurance will also include the use, they're requesting to serve alcohol. So that's, in addition to that, we'll make sure that we need your approval also to serve the alcohol at the event as well.
I think that we've come to an impasse here because we're at 18K, and if we can't have somebody to clean up, then we're gonna have a problem.
So you're willing?
Yes.
The organizers, you okay? The organizers has stated they will provide the personnel for cleanup. They'll do it.
Make sure that that's a part of the contract for the city. All right, are we good? All right, very good. Madam Clerk, let's go.
Councilperson, excuse me, Davis Penier,
Yes.
Councilperson Guyton,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson,
Yes.
Councilperson Spiritus,
Yes.
Chairperson Lanier.
Yes,
That's a unanimous
very
vote.
good. Thank you, guys, and please.
Just for clarification, I'm sorry,
Please keep us up to
18,000,
date. I'm
and that
sorry.
includes police, fire, and the Parks and Rec personnel, and they have to, it'll be held in contingency until they could,
Yes.
okay, yes.
Yes.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yes.
Good night.
Yes, yes.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
Thank
go
you,
ahead,
guys.
sir.
Appreciate it.
I want to thank the entire board for supporting the event. Again, for clarity's sake, I think my colleague mentioned that they're going to be making $1 million. That money, again, the QR code goes to the city. So just for clarity, those funds are going to be coming through the city in regards to how we disseminate it to support the Jamaican relief efforts. They're not charging anything and they're not making anything on the event. They're looking to just host an event to support the country. So that QR code comes directly to the city funds. And I want to make sure that everybody understands that this is just to support this country. And it's also going to benefit our community because it's going to be a free concert for our residents that they can all patronize and support local vendors. So the support tonight was phenomenal because we get to get national and international recognition right here in Riviera Beach. So I just want to thank my colleagues for supporting this tonight and making sure that we pass this unanimously. And it will be a phenomenal event. I want all my colleagues to participate.
Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
I did just want, and I just need this clarity for myself. So I thought I heard them say that, you know, it costs tens of thousands of dollars to pay the artist to come. And if you're paying the artist to come, does it not make more sense to just use that money and donate it instead of paying the artist? Or am I not understanding how that works?
We have less artists.
Hey, good night, Madam
Yes,
Chair.
go ahead.
The artists or the artists that will be showing up for the show, they're giving up their free time.
So you're not paying them?
They're not getting paid.
Okay.
We're talking about the international artists like Sean Paul, Mr. Vegas.
Yeah, I don't know
Third
any of
World.
those people.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying.
They're not getting paid.
Okay.
They're here giving their time for the event.
But I thought I heard someone say that the artists, we got to pay them tens of thousands
No,
of dollars.
if we had to pay.
Oh, if you had to pay.
If we had to
Okay,
pay, you know,
okay.
the
Wow,
price tag would be,
I got you. Thank you.
all right, thanks.
Thank you. All right, excellent. Madam Clerk, let's go to this next item.
The next item is item 12B, discussion regarding the forensic auditor, RFP scope, and council expectations.
This is something that we took off of the agenda because of the nature of this. Could you just give a brief overview, Ms. Madam Attorney, because, yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason why we're not gonna have a conversation about that publicly yet.
Yes,
About the
Madam
forensic
Chair.
audit. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I spoke with all of you individually. It's not appropriate to discuss what we would like in an RFP in the public. It's unfair to those who may not have an opportunity to watch. Therefore, we are suggesting and plan to schedule individual meetings with you all so that procurement can then form a scope of work.
Got it. Next item, Madam Clerk.
The next item is item 12C, update for naming the street for Reverend
Thank you, Madam
Felder.
Chair.
Madam Chair, I'm sorry, Mr. Guyton. Can you have a motion to delete that item?
12A.
The forensic auditor RFP?
So move.
Madam Clerk?
Councilperson Davis Penier,
Yes.
Councilperson Guyton,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson,
Yes.
Councilperson Spiritus,
Yes.
Chairperson Lanier,
Yes.
unanimous vote.
Commissioner Guyton, 12C, it's an item in regards to the update for the
Yeah.
Felder Road.
Yes. Very
Yes.
quickly, Madam Chair. It has been decided in communication with the family that the date of the naming is going to be December 20th,
28th?
20th.
Okay.
And certainly, all of the commissioners, council people, certainly, if you could make it, it would be nice to be there. The other thing that I need, though,
That is 12D.
is 12C, but still on this item here, I have one more issue.
Wait a minute, is this the issue in regards to the street?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I asked the city manager about having a small little ceremony, about a half an hour, even if that, when we have the naming of the street. And after then, I wanted Cunningham Park, if it's available. Family said that they'll sponsor some hot dogs and things like that, no expense to the city, but they wanted to have a little get together, and so we wanted to have it at Cunningham Park between 11 and 4.
All that they need to do is just contact Parks and Recs and just reserve that date. That's
Okay,
it.
so there's no objection from the council.
No, they're doing something that they're sponsoring on their own. We don't have anything to do with that. We'll be there, but
Yeah.
they
The
can-
food is now at the little ceremony. Walter may be there doing what he does.
But that's just a part of the naming anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I just want to make sure I'm not
Yeah.
crossing any lines and inviting
No, no.
everybody. Okay, my
All right.
other item.
Next item.
There was a sewage spill, and I said that I will always keep the.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
She has to announce it.
Item 12D, update on sewage spill this week.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. There was a sewage spill, and I said that I would always keep the public informed, being very transparent. Over the weekend, we had a sewage spill. It was determined it was because there was some operational mistakes. And as a council person, I want to apologize to the public and take responsibility, because it started with us up here and everything rolls downhill. That should not have happened. It was about 3,500 gallons of sewage, and it was primarily based on a human or humans mistake. And I just wanted the public to know that it's under control. There was no threat of it entering into the drinking water or the water that you bathe with. And I just wanted to keep the public informed that there's no threat now, and there was a sewage spill, and it was our mistake. That's all I want to say.
That was a comment.
I'm good.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Any other questions in regards to that? Excellent. We have comments for the board. Dr. Spiritus.
I would just like to remind the community that on December 16th, I will be holding a town hall hearing here at the event center with reference to the mooring fields, possibility of setting up 2 mooring fields for the city, as well as beach erosion. We're going to have the county environmental people and the coastal engineers give us an update where they stand on long-term solutions for beach erosion on Singer Island. So please attend and be there, and also welcome home to all the snowbirds who are coming back to Singer Island now for the winter. Welcome home, and we're looking forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Paneer, Davis Paneer.
Thank you. Just hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving holiday and had a blessed time with your family and friends. Want to announce a community health awareness panel discussion sponsored by Global Awareness Ministry. It's going to be held at Faith Family Fellowship Ministries. That's 1401 Avenue E, Riviera Beach. It's going to be this Sunday, December 7th from 2 p.m. It is health awareness. We will be speaking on AIDS prevention, testing, refreshments will be served. We have a list of panelists. Some include myself, Miss Millie Rodriguez from Found Care, and other dynamic medical people in the medical field to come out and discuss health in our community. So please come out again on Sunday, December 7th at 2 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Did you do your comments already? Yes, okay. Commissioner Miller Anderson?
She didn't have cute.
Commissioner Miller Anderson?
I don't have any.
All right, and I have just one comment. As I mentioned before, Monday was World AIDS Day. We're having a World AIDS Day program here at the Marina, December 9th. That's next Tuesday at 6 p.m.
Madam Chair?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, man. I forgot you were up there. Go ahead.
I know, I'm sorry, and I apologize.
Out of
I just
sight,
want to
out
get,
of mind.
no, don't do that. One question for City Attorney. Where are we with negotiations with our union, our police contract? I haven't got any updates since our last closed session, and I just want to kind of know where we are before it gets to a point where we're at impasse.
Did we have an email? Did we have an email yesterday about that?
Yes.
Yes. Did you check your email, Mayor?
I'm sorry, I must have missed the email. I missed that email.
Yeah, there's an
Do we?
email. Okay,
Okay.
Mayor? All right, thank you so much, Mayor. This meeting is adjourned.